A boy entered a restricted area where lifeless bodies lay and said that it was yellow dust in yellow dust. He started calling for help and for someone to save him, but a monster emerged from the dust and destroyed him. After a while, he was found. Government officials did not understand why he had entered the restricted area in the first place, and if there was a victim, they would have to write a report. The girl examined the boy and said that judging by the footprints, he was big. She suggested they get started so they wouldn't have to work overtime. During the examination, they heard something and the girl took out her weapon. Another girl saw the monster and told Officer Khan that he was there. A member of the Yellow Dust Control Team from the Ministry of the Environment said she would take care of it. All the candidates gathered in the interview room for ninth-level civil servants in Seoul. Candidate number 12 was invited to enter. The boy decided to collect his thoughts in the restroom. He didn't want to go in because he was nervous and his heart wouldn't calm down. To calm down a little, he washed his face, realizing that it wouldn't help, so he decided to take a sedative. But then he thought that this would make things worse instead of calming him down. Then, he saw a bird through the window. It seemed to him that the bird was asking him why he was looking at it. The boy thought that it was the end for him. The news reported that 4 people had gone missing while camping on Manhwa Island. This guy's name is Han Maru, and he's 29 years old. He's just a regular guy living in South Korea. Like everyone else, he graduated from university and tried to find a job. He had been preparing for this 9th-level civil service exam for 5 years. But before that, he failed 4 times and finally made it to the interview. The girl informed candidate number 35, Han Maru, that he was next and should prepare himself. Han Maru said that this time he would definitely pass and decided that he had to do it. The man asked him why he had decided to join the civil service, and he replied that he wanted to serve the public. He thought that it was probably for a peaceful life, a stable salary, and the absence of unexpected changes. The man asked what he would do if his manager asked him to do something dishonest. He replied that he would discuss the problem honestly with him. He would also find a compromise and, of course, be clever about it. The man thought to himself that he would simply ignore it because it could cause him trouble. The man asked how his interpersonal relationships were. Han Maru replied that everything was very complicated. He doesn't communicate well with people. And to be honest, his relationships were also tense. In college, his classmates gossiped behind his back, thinking that he had a disease. Then he thought that his communication skills were fine. He is close to both younger and older people. The man asked what that meant. Han Maru replied that he had misspoken, and the man said that this was finally the last question. He asked him to describe the most difficult situation in his life. He should also tell him how he dealt with it. Han Maru replied that there was nothing particularly difficult. He thought that the most difficult case was happening right now, at this very moment. The man asked him to calm down. Then he realized that they just wanted to test his problem-solving skills. Han Maru said the first thing that came to mind about an incident from his childhood. When he was little, he went to the mountains with his father. Han Maru was lost in his thoughts and terrible memories. He lost consciousness, and the man tried to bring him to his senses by asking if he was okay. When he came to, he felt nauseous. Han Maru failed the interview again. He couldn't find a job, a girlfriend, or even friends, and he didn't know how to live a normal adult life. He heard someone knocking on the door and opened it to find his mother standing there. She asked why he hadn't answered his phone. Han Maru asked what she was doing there and whether she shouldn't be at work. His mother said she had brought him something to eat and would leave right away. He said that he could indeed use some food and asked if there was any meat. She replied that there was kimchi and stewed beans. Han Maru was disappointed but thanked her. His mother noticed the mess in the room and decided to clean it up. He told her to stop because he would clean up himself. Then his mother asked how the interview had gone. Han Maru didn't want to tell anyone that he had been bored. He had been bored stiff by the interviewer. His mother said that he would do better next time and not to lose heart. She patted him on his back and then asked if his financial aid had run out and took out an envelope with money. Han Maru said that he was old enough to manage and could even find a part-time job. His mother told him to just take it while she was offering, so he agreed and thanked her. She said that he must have done poorly at the interview. Maybe the sorcerer was right, and he really needed to go to the mountains where he used to go with his father. Kanmaru did just that. He hadn't been there for a long time and didn't want to go back to the mountains at all. Before that, his mother said she had heard about a famous shaman and asked him about his job situation. He said that the reason for everything was not his attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or panic disorder. 20 years had passed since his father left, and according to the shaman, his father had died on the mountain where they used to go. And now his spirit was blocking his path. The shaman said that he had to go back there, pour out the liquor, and calm his father's spirit. Only then will he pass the civil service exam. Hanmaru is tired and does not know how much further he has to go. Finally, he reached the right place and was once again immersed in memories. He entered the house and saw himself as a child. He approached his father and said he was hungry, but his father stood in the corner and behaved as if he were out of his mind. These memories made it difficult for Khan Maru to breathe, so he decided that he had to do everything quickly and return. So he took out the liquor and began to sprinkle it around, telling his father that he was probably living well wherever he was. But his mother asked him to come here. He hoped that everything was fine with him, but just in case, he would pray to the mountain spirit. So he said that his father had died. His mother tried to raise him on her own, so he asks the mountain spirit to help him find a job for her sake. Then he saw yellow dust, but thought that a forest fire had broken out somewhere in the mountains, so he decided to go down before anything happened. He said that safety was paramount, but then it seemed to him that someone repeated these words after him. Khan Maru stopped and saw a silhouette in the middle of the yellow dust. A creature approached him and repeated, "Safety is paramount." He thought he was hallucinating again and rubbed his eyes, but it didn't help. The monster was still standing in front of him. Kanmaru realized that this was bad, and that in this case it would be better to just run away. But as soon as he was about to flee, the monster attacked him. He wondered if he was going to die like this. He had studied and worked hard his whole life and hadn't even had time to have fun. But what was the point now? If he died, he wouldn't have to worry about work or debts. His life was so miserable that no one would mourn him after his death. He remembered his mother and realized that he couldn't allow himself to die now. The monster repeated that safety was paramount, and then it lunged at him. Kanmaru screamed for it to back off. A moment later, something happened, and he uttered the word "eat" and began to bite the monster. Kanmaru heard someone tell him to wake up. He thought someone was talking to him, and that he wasn't dead after all. When he opened his eyes, he saw people. He thought someone was calling him again and tasted metal on his lips. The man noticed that it was private property and asked him what he was doing there. Kanmaru asked where the monster was and noticed that all the yellow dust had also disappeared. The man told him to repeat what he had seen. He replied that the yellow dust had appeared out of nowhere and that he had then been attacked by the monster. He thought he was going to die because the monster had hit him in the stomach. The man told the girl that the alarm had caught the demon yesterday, but had turned off, so he thought it was broken. It seems that this guy destroyed it. The girl said that this couldn't be true, even if one gained demonic power through their blood. But it's still impossible to learn how to use it properly. The man asked Hanmaru if he remembered what happened yesterday. Hanmaru asked what he meant by yesterday, then looked at his watch and realized that a whole day had passed. He had been unconscious for a whole day after the monster attacked him. The man thought that if he had survived the encounter with the demon, he might have gained some abilities, not to mention that he was completely unharmed. The girl asked if it wasn't too unexpected for him. It seemed that the guy himself had not yet realized what had happened. The man said that he just needed to understand what had happened and that they had all gone through it. Then he approached him and said that he was just in time and should also participate. Hanmaru asked what he meant. He replied that first they would find him some clothes because his clothes were torn. After that, they went to a meeting of government officials. Kanmaru does not understand what has happened and why he is suddenly at a meeting of government officials and why he was brought here in the first place. All the people seemed suspicious to him, and he did not understand what was wrong with their faces. He was very scared and began to feel very nervous. Yu Young-in said that she is the head of the Soul Department. She is pleased to welcome the new employees of the Ministry of Environment to the meeting. Hanmaru apologized and said that he didn't think he should be there. Yu Young-in replied that she had received a report from the Ganghwa Island team. Starting from that day, he was hired for civil service, so she welcomed him. Han Maru doesn't understand how this is possible since he failed all his interviews. Yu Young-in said that everyone must be aware of the special representatives of the Ministry of Environment. Their job is to protect lives, so they must not say a word to family, close friends, or anyone else. If the information is leaked, they will be prosecuted. Han Maru thought about the state security article. Yu Un-in said that they were all new employees who had gained demonic abilities this month. When demon blood enters the body, there is a low chance of acquiring their abilities. Han Maru thought that this was nonsense because nothing like that had happened. But then he remembered that he had been bitten by a monster. Yu Un-in said that, fortunately, demons only appear in uninhabited mountains. Yellow dust appears along with them. Its concentration is classified from level 1 to level 10. The higher the level, the stronger the demon that appears. Yu Un-in told Mr. Sun Woo that he had transferred the ability of a 7th level demon. Therefore, she is looking forward to his future success. Sun Woo said that there was no need to say that because he would do his best. Yu Eun-gan turned to Han Maru, who had received the ability from a first-level demon, and asked him what his ability was. He apologized and said that he didn't understand anything yet. Sun Woo laughed at him. Han Maru didn't like him laughing at him. This was because he was at the 7th level, while Han Maru was only at the 1st. But that didn't matter. First, he needed to get out of this strange place. Then everyone heard a strange sound, and Yu Un-in said it was a warning of a demon's appearance. After that, everyone headed for the mountains. Yu Un-in said that it was time to practice, so let them show their skills. They need to hurry and get out of the mountain. Han Maru doesn't understand what he's doing here. Since yesterday, strange things have been happening around him. They need to get down the mountain right now. Before it got too windy, safety was paramount. After saying this, he noticed the strange dust again. He saw a girl and noticed that something was wrong with her hand. He wondered if she was okay. The girl caught the demon and immobilized it. Han Maru said that this couldn't be happening and asked what was going on. Then he noticed that the others were also very tense. Yu Un-in said that training had now officially begun. In front of them was yellow dust of the 1st level. Despite its size, this demon was the weakest. Captain Kang from Ganghwa Island immobilized it. Therefore, everyone could relax. This demon was immobilized. Captain Kong turned her attention to Han Maru. She wondered if this was the person who defeated the demon with his left hand alone yesterday. She became curious about his ability. She also wondered how he was able to defeat the monster so easily right after gaining his ability. Yu Un-in told everyone to use their powers to defeat the demon. Han Maru thought she had gone mad and wondered how they could possibly do that. His chest hurt and he couldn't breathe, and he realized that he was having another panic attack. Then he suddenly felt hungry, which surprised him. It was as if someone was whispering to Han Maru that he needed to eat. He felt very hungry. But then Sun Woo approached him and Han Maru came to his senses. Sun Woo asked if he was having a panic attack. Han Maru replied that he wasn't. He was just hungry. Or more precisely, it was all because of the pain. But Sun Woo didn't understand and thought that he was a pathetic novice and of no use. Han Maru did not understand what had happened and why he suddenly felt so hungry. Yu Eun-in decided to explain the basics before they started. The girl asked if they could see the yellow dust around them. It was emitted by demons. The stronger the demon, the denser the dust. In the yellow dust, monsters can regenerate instantly. But that's not all. Yu Un-in took a knife and cut her hand. She then said that those who had gained demonic abilities would also regenerate in the dust, but not if they were seriously injured. In that case, nothing can save them, so they should be careful. Their powers can only be used in demonic dust. When the dust disappears, so will their powers. Sun Woo wondered how much longer they would have to listen to this useless information when there was a demon right next to them. The most important thing was to understand how to activate the abilities. So he bit his lip to test it. This helped activate the ability. Sun Woo realized that it worked if he hurt himself and the dust got into his blood, so he decided to start. He put on a glove and activated his ability. Meanwhile, the demon broke free. Captain Kong warned everyone to be careful. She wanted to help the newbies, but Yu In told her not to interfere. Captain Kong noted that it was too much for the newbies. Yu In said that they didn't have time to train and that if they couldn't handle a monster of this level, they would simply die on the battlefield. Hanmaru asked the monster why it was looking at him like that. After that, the demon attacked him and caused damage. He asked why it was doing that. Then the demon was attacked by a user with the centipede demon ability and a user with the beast demon ability. They thought they had destroyed him, but noticed that his wound had healed. After that, the demon grabbed the boy. The guy started calling for help. Sun Wu told him to stop and asked if the demon was sure he would let him go that far. Sun Wu has the ability of a temple demon. He took off his gauntlet, clenched his fist, and told the demon to die. His ability works on demons when they harm themselves. The demon will die if his head is severed and the dust stops spreading. The other newcomers were surprised that he had the ability of a 7th level demon. It was really impressive, and he dealt with everything in an instant. Sun Wu said he was sorry it was over so quickly, because it was a great opportunity to try something else. Captain Kang said that he broke her knife to awaken the demon. This put the others at risk if he understood. He replied that he hadn't broken anything and asked if she had any proof. She asked if she could damage his finger again and they would see if her blade would shatter. Yu In thanked him and said that it was very good and not bad for a first time, but someone was missing among them. Hanmaru ran away, saying that he had suddenly been appointed a government official and told to destroy the demon, but he couldn't do it and wouldn't. It was better to run away, and escape was the only way to survive. Then he stopped because he saw something in front of him and asked what to do now. Yu In said that he really did run away after meeting the demon and that it was unworthy of a government official. Captain Kang doesn't understand what happened. Either her imagination was playing tricks on her, or the monster had decided to attack him. Yu In said that Kang Ga or the guard should look for him. Captain Kang asked if it wasn't strange. The monster was dead, but the yellow dust was still there. Yu In replied that it was indeed so. Hanmaru asked where the gate came from. Then he saw another monster coming out of the gate, but managed to hide. He did not understand how he had managed to get into such an unpleasant situation again while running away. Hanmaru decided to take a look and saw that it was empty. So he thought that if the gate was gone, then it was gone, and he didn't notice the monster standing right behind him. Meanwhile, Yu informed Officer Kang Han that headquarters had called and reported the appearance of a 3rd-level demon. Yu In said that couldn't be. More than one demon never appeared in the same place. Captain Kang Han asked where he was. Hanmaru saw the demon and started running away and calling for help. He saw a house and thought he could hide there, so he headed there without understanding what was going on. Hiding in the house, he hoped that the monster would not follow him, and then decided to see where it was. He realized that it was indeed pursuing him, so he was definitely doomed. He noticed the leaves above the monster's head. Hanmaru didn't understand where they had suddenly come from, but then he saw an old woman approaching him. She asked who was there and where this yellow dust had come from in the middle of the day. She couldn't see anything because of it. The old woman did not notice the monster because she could not see anything through the yellow dust. Hanmaru realized that she was in danger and needed help, but he had no abilities and didn't know what to do, so he decided to think and remembered what Yu In had said. She said that those who have gained demonic abilities can regenerate into dust, but if they are seriously injured, nothing can save them. Hanmaru realized that this was exactly what he needed, but he hesitated because he might die. He thinks it might be better to hide and not risk his life for someone he didn't know, because safety was paramount, and right now, he had to survive. The grandmother asked who was there and if it was really Changika's mother. The monster repeated Changika's mother's words. She told it to stop imitating her. Then she saw the monster in front of her and was frightened, not understanding what it was. The monster repeated Changika's mother's words again. He wanted to attack her, and the grandmother closed her eyes, and when she opened them, she saw Hanmaru in front of her. He asked if she was okay. The grandmother replied that everything was fine, and then she noticed his hand. He told her to run away quickly. Hanmaru doesn't understand why he only has first-level abilities. They are as useless as his resume. After all, a resume is important, or maybe not. As a result, he will die because he lacks normal abilities and cannot even save his grandmother. But he does not want to die. He just doesn't know what to do, and maybe someone stronger will save him. He hopes that at least someone will come and save him. In an instant, the dust got into him, and he began to regenerate, and then he attacked the monster. Captain Kanhana tried to find him and saw the newcomer fighting the monster. She doesn't understand what he's doing. Kanmaru bit him, and she realized that the demon couldn't regenerate the wound from his bite, but she didn't know why. But now is not the time to think about that, so she immediately went on the attack to deal with the monster. Kanhana has the ability of an iron demon. The demon tried to attack her, but she destroyed it, and then asked her grandmother if she was all right. The old woman came to her senses and asked what had just happened. Kanhana said nothing had happened. Just a wild boar jumped out and ran away. Captain Kanhana believes that they are lucky that ordinary people forget about demons when the yellow dust disappears. The grandmother said it was the boar again. They were constantly ruining their crops. Kanhana said not to worry. They were civil servants and would take care of everything. After that, the old woman thanked them for their work and went into the house. Kanhana wished her well. She is curious about what is wrong with this newcomer. She has never seen such regeneration before. His hand has completely healed. Kanhana wondered if it was true that his ability was only at the first level, because it all seemed strange to her. Kanmaru woke up in the panic. He received a message that as a temporary civil servant, he must report to the ministry tomorrow. They tell him to start work tomorrow, but he doesn't want to go. He is still recovering from the shock and has decided not to go anywhere. Even if he really needs a job, sleep is still more important. But the nightmares won't leave him alone. He fell into a deep sleep, but he dreamed of monsters again, and a voice told him to return. Hanmaru woke up not understanding what had just happened. It has been haunting him ever since he went to the mountains. Then he saw that it was morning and looked out the window, but it turned out to be a fire on Mount Chungasan. Hanmaru hoped that the fire would not spread so far. Meanwhile, a user of the water demon ability was fighting a monster on the mountain. The user of the ice demon ability fought alongside her. He froze the monster. The girl told the commander that demons should not appear at night. He replied that she needed to focus on stopping the fire. In the meantime, he would deal with this monster. He attacked it, and the monster told him to bring him, then struck him. They don't understand why the demon is getting stronger. Meanwhile, at headquarters in Seoul, Yu Young-in told them to report on the situation. She was informed that demons across the country were attacking them from 20 mountains at once. The pattern of their appearance had completely changed. Previously, more than one demon had never appeared in the same place. It all started a week ago during training. But why? She was informed of an urgent call from the Busan department. Yu Young-in answered the call. The department wanted to know what was going on. Bae Myung-sik, head of the Busan department, said he hoped things were going well for her if she was coming to see them. Yu Young-in replied, to drop the pleasantries and get down to business. Bae Myung-sik said that a situation had arisen on Mount Kimjongsan in Busan. The portal has been open for 3 days. Yu Eung-in was surprised that it was still open. Bae Myung-sik said that they were destroying and destroying, but the monsters kept coming. The Kim Jongsan Mountain team was completely exhausted. Yu Eung-in asked if they had determined why the portal had not closed. He said that the demons were constantly talking nonsense. According to the translator from the Busan department, they were saying to bring him. Yu Eung-in asked, who exactly to bring? He replied that they didn't know, but that he had to be there one way or another. Then she called one of the government officials and said that the situation on Mount Kimjongsan in Busan was getting worse. He replied that he understood and that he was almost there. Then he said he would call back when everything settled down. This man has spatial inversion. He got off the plane and walked straight to the gate. The team members noticed him. The girl asked who was there and said that he had appeared out of nowhere, so she shouted to him that it was dangerous there. At that moment, a monster tried to attack her, but the guy used a spatial rupture and destroyed the monster. Then he told the team that they had all done a great job. He said he could handle it himself, so they should take a break. The girl asked the commander who the guy was. He told her that she was new and didn't know, but that it was him. He was the first user of the ability who founded their agency and is currently the strongest ability user. He is Director John Il-do. John Il-do said that they should probably hurry up and then used his ability. Others noticed some black cracks. The man said that it was the first time he had seen them so close and that he had heard that someone possessed spatial abilities. But he didn't understand why she was considered the strongest. Meanwhile, on Cheonggyesan Mountain in Seoul, a battle with a monster was also taking place. Standing in front of the monster, the man thought that this was how it would all end. He told Officer Lee that they needed to run away, so he should come to his senses immediately. Meanwhile, the monster attacked him. He thought that he was definitely going to die. But due to a spatial rupture, Jong Il-do entered and stopped the monster, deciding that he could deal with one more place at once. He activated all units and opened a portal to Gangwon Province to Mount Soraksan and to Gwangju to Mount Madong. He also took the monster from Jeju Island on Halasan Mountain. Yu Un-in reported that the yellow dust had unexpectedly disappeared from all areas except Busan. Yu Yung-in said not to worry. He had only proven that he had arrived there without any problem. Monsters surrounded John Il-do from all sides, and he said that it seemed like everyone had gathered, so they should begin. They tried to attack him, but he used a spatial explosion and destroyed them all with one blow. Those surrounding him had never seen anything like it or such power. Only one monster remained. John Il-do approached the monster and asked it to translate. He asked the monster why their appearances had become more frequent last week. The monster said that he needed him. John Il-do asked who he was, and the monster repeated the same words. The interpreter said that when the topic strayed from him, he began to mimic their language. John Il-do said that this would not help. If they don't stop, they will have to destroy everyone. Now it was time to deal with the last gate. John Il-do used his ability to close the gate. Those around him consider him incredible. The girl said that it was encouraging to be led by such a person. She had heard that he was over 50, but he looked much younger. After that, the gate disappeared thanks to his spatial ability. Everyone rejoiced that the danger had passed. Yu Yung-in asked John Il-do what he had done with the gate, and he replied that he had put it in his dark space for now. She said she would rather die than end up there. John Il-do said he was very tired, and she remarked that he was being dramatic again. Yu Yung-in asked why he couldn't handle everything himself as usual, and he replied that he wasn't omnipotent. Moreover, he was also responsible for managing the organization. She said that was true, and decided to show him the information he had requested. But she was curious where his unexpected interest in the recruits came from. He replied that he wanted to find out who the demons were looking for, and also why they were looking for him. In the world of demons, the queen had ordered him to be brought back because they needed him for this. Kanmaru finally reached the headquarters of the emergency department on Gangwa Island. His mother could not believe that her son had gotten a job in the government. She even cried with happiness, and he could not even say a word. She was very happy, but could someone like him achieve anything here? The man asked him what he was doing there because they didn't need any rags. Han Maru noticed that he smelled strongly of alcohol. Then he greeted Sun Wu and asked if he was also here. Sun Wu asked why he had been sent to Gangwa Island and not to Seoul. The commander replied that, who knows, what's the point of sending a 7th level guy here, but maybe there's something wrong with him. In any case, he was glad to welcome them to the team. Han Maru wondered what he was supposed to do here. A terrible image appeared before his eyes, but the commander asked him why he was standing there and told him to come in. In fact, it wasn't as terrible as he had thought, and it was even a little unexpected for him. The commander said that, first of all, he was Go Doc Man, the team leader. He was 41 years old and had been in service for 12 years. Then he introduced Yoon Ji-won. She was 36 years old and had been in service for 7 years. The next member of the team was Kim Yi-bak. He was 51 years old and had been in service for 7 years. Their team also includes Inspector Nam Yo-suk. He is 25 years old and has been in service for 1 year. That's all, and they'll sort out the rest. Hanmaru was surprised that that was all he wanted to say, especially since he is a rookie and needs at least some guidance. He wonders if they were all nervous on their first day too. He noticed that everyone was busy and decided not to distract them, so he just asked how they were doing. Sun Wu asked why he was looking at him like that and thought his colleagues were crazy. In his opinion, it was just ridiculous. Why should he, an elite, work in a support unit? Hanmaru doesn't understand what's wrong with working in backup. Hanmaru asked Nam Yosuk what the Gangwa Island Department does. He replied that they are a special unit fighting yellow dust. They have a total of 13 headquarters. They are located in Seoul, Gyeonggi-do, Busan, and other cities. Each has its own team. Those of the 7th level and above sit in the office and are only sent on important assignments. On the other hand, in regions such as Hanjik, which are characterized by low cloud cover and low sunlight, only incompetent or defective people are able to work. Hanmaru said that was why he was here, but he was interested in what was wrong with the others. He replied that there were talented people who came here voluntarily. Then he asked him who they were, and then turned his attention to Kang Han, who had entered the room. Yoon Ji-won told her that she could go home. She replied that she had nothing to do anyway. Then she noticed that the strange newcomer was also there. It seemed that after waking up, he didn't remember anything at all. Hanmaru asked if they paid him for risking his life. It seemed he would have to compete more often to earn more. Nam Yosuk asked if he knew that it was 5 times his salary. This information surprised him. He said that millions were at stake here. Nam Yosuk asked him not to bother him anymore if he understood everything. He should just wait until the alarm goes off. Hanmaru was offended by his words because he had only asked him a few questions. So he decided to just wait for the signal, and after a while, it seemed to him that everything was simple here, and the salary was so high. He felt like he had fallen into a fairy tale. Godokman told everyone to gather quietly. Then he turned to the newcomer and asked him how his first day at work was, and if he had any questions. Sun Wu replied that it wasn't great. Hanmaru noted that he was somewhat curious. He asked who the demons were and where they came from. Docman replied that he didn't know anything for sure. Nam Yosuk said that demons just come from somewhere above. Hanmaru wondered who was destroying people and why they didn't even care. He thinks that humanity is doomed, and that is very disappointing. Everything was fine until he learned about demons. After work, his new co-workers invited him to a bar because newbies have to drink with them. He doesn't get what's wrong with them. Yoo Eung-in reported that the appearance of demons was returning to normal. John Il-do asked if they had found out the reason for the sudden invasion. She said no, but it could be a sign that they were close. Jong Il-do replied that he couldn't say for sure. The department heads need to be on alert. If other employees in the organization find out about that day, it will be chaos. Yoon Ji-won said that if that was the case, they should have parties more often. If that day came, they would need to have more fun. Hanmaru asked what they were talking about. Docman replied that, according to the prophecy, demons would descend from the sky in a year. These words frightened Hanmaru. Docman said that it was a secret. Yoon Ji-won suggested that they continue drinking until the end. Kang Hana suggested that they first think about what awaited them all in the morning. Sun Wu felt his strength waning due to the alcohol. Kanmaru realized that they didn't care about anything. Meanwhile, the demons tried to break out of the gate again. At that moment, Hanmaru noticed that his fangs were growing. After that, everyone received a notification that the gates had been opened. Yoon Ji-won said that it was a night alarm and that she thought today would be peaceful. Kang Hana said that she would return soon. Sun Wu said he would go with her, but she refused and said that Hanmaru would go with her. Hanmaru thought that soon demons would come in droves and then everything would be over. What could he do in that case? Kang Hana said that he should not worry about the prophecy. Hanmaru asked how he could possibly forget about it. She replied that she was sure the command was already preparing. There were many strong people in the headquarters. They only needed to mark the demons on the map and then destroy them. Kanmaru thought that it sounded scary but cool. Kan Hana remarked that he seemed to have a special ability. Therefore, she hoped to see it. He took the word special as a compliment. No one had ever said that to him before. Kanhana said that demons had never been simply eaten before. He asked what she meant and remembered the monster. He was a demon of gluttony. Then he asked what she was talking about specifically, and Kanhana replied that his ability was to devour demons. Kanhana caught the demon, and Kanmaru asked if she wanted him to eat it. She noted that it seemed they couldn't regenerate the place where it had been eaten, so let him do it. Kanmaru thought that he had gained an ability and that meant he had to use it. She said that he was special. He decided to imagine that it was an octopus and tried to bite it. Kanhana remarked that he should bite it properly. But he didn't like the taste of the demon, and yet he decided to try again. Sun Wu called him weak and said he heard he was bored at work. Hanmaru asked what the big deal was. Then Sun Wu got angry and said that because of people like him, he wasn't allowed on missions. He is being trained by Officer Kana because he was incompetent. Hanmaru thought he was right and that it was time to come to his senses. The alarm sounded again. Kanhana came to call Kanmaru, but he was not at his workplace. He hid in the bathroom and thought about how to eat a demon while in his right mind. He had the ability, but it was definitely not the best. So he left, thinking that he would skip today and start tomorrow. Kanhana asked if he had been hiding in the bathroom. Kanmaru said that there was a demon there, but he said he had been poisoned. Suddenly, he felt very ill. Kanhana said that he was not cut out for this job. He didn't need to work for the government just because he had demonic abilities. So let him just sign a non-disclosure agreement and live under supervision for the rest of his life. But he didn't like being under surveillance. What about his privacy? Kanhana said it was better than death. Mentally weak people like him don't stay here long. Besides, there's always a chance of accidentally killing a civilian. If he can't work properly, let him leave the team and not take up space for no reason. Godokman asked if anyone knew where Hanmaru had gone. Where had he been last seen? Hanmaru decided he had to quit this job. Better to live under surveillance than die in battle. He decided to call his mother to tell her that he had quit his government job. There was no point in looking for work if demons were going to come in a year. So he called her and said he had something to tell her, then asked where she was. She replied that she was on Mount Inwang. Hanmaru asked why she was there, since he had asked her never to go to the mountains. His mother replied that she couldn't hear him very well. Then she saw dust and asked where all the dust in the mountains was coming from. After that, the connection was lost. Hanmaru realized that there was yellow dust in the mountains. The Inwang mountain team was already there. The commander said that it was level 5, so they had to be on guard. He asked the newcomer what he was doing. Then they saw a demon sitting on a tree. The demon immediately attacked them. The mountain team was destroyed. Another commander arrived. He was a user of the demon cloning ability. He said he was late. Then he asked the newbie to immediately call for backup from the Seoul headquarters. The guy rushed off to call for help. Cell phones don't work in the dust, so he had to use an old phone. Yu Eung-in reported that a request for support had just been received from the Inwang mountain team. If the demon leaves the protected green zone and enters the yellow zone where tourist trails are located, civilian casualties will be inevitable. They don't have time, so they should immediately go to the site and deal with the demon. Hanmaru quickly reached the top and thanked the taxi driver. He saw that his mother was not among the tourists and realized that she was still in the mountains. He approached the man and asked him to let him pass for just a second because his mother was still there. But the man refused and said it was dangerous because of wild animals. Kanmaru thought there were demons on the mountain, not animals. Realizing that he would not be allowed to pass, he decided to climb the mountain and only asked that his mother be safe. His mother was in the company of a woman who had twisted her ankle. The woman said that she could not see anything because of the smoke and had stumbled. Kanmaru's mother said she would carry her. Then she noticed something in the dust. Hanmaru climbed onto the rock and said that he had finally found her. His mother asked how he had ended up there, and he said that he had seen her post. She asked about his work, and he replied that it was not important now. Yubin's mother asked if her son was showing off his title as a government official. Hanmaru's mother replied that this was true, and that all that remained was to marry him off, but he was not very popular with girls. Hanmaru asked if they were serious. They didn't have time and needed to leave before that thing showed up. Then he saw that the demon was already there and he started to panic again. He didn't know what to do. Even during training, he felt nauseous as soon as he saw a demon, and he wondered how such a weakling could save his mother. Yubin's mother asked him why he was acting so strangely. Hanmaru's mother said that he was about to fall and that something was definitely wrong with him. He started to fall, and his mother screamed his name, but the monster heard her and decided to attack her. Hanmaru realized it was too late. Still, he managed to stop the demon, but he didn't understand how or where those blades came from. His mother asked what kind of terrible beast it was and what was above his head. He saw some blades above his head and realized that this was the ability of the demon he had been fighting before. Kanmaru doesn't understand why he can use his power and even control it. It turns out that his ability prevents demons from regenerating after being tasted and even absorbs their power. Perhaps he can destroy the demon with this. Moreover, he is completely weakened and lying on the ground. He does not understand how the Inwang Mountain team missed him. Employees from the Seoul headquarters approached the man from the Inwang Mountain team. One of them called them incompetent. He asked why they let the demon go. The man replied that he was terrifying and had destroyed the entire team. Another man asked how this was possible, especially since their leader was a 7th-level demon. Another man asked what ability this 5th-level demon had. The man replied that it was a mirror. Hanmaru noticed that something was shining on the demon. It was a mirror demon that could copy abilities. The demon attacked him with the same ability he had. The demon repeated all his movements. Hanmaru realized that the mirror's ability was to copy his opponent, which was very bad. Then he asked his mother if she was okay and realized that the yellow dust did not heal civilians. His mother said he was wounded, but Hanmaru noticed that he was fine. Realizing that no one would help him, he had to protect his mother at all costs. He asked his mother to hide somewhere with this aunt as quickly as possible. He was a civil servant who protected citizens. Therefore, he had to protect them and said he would return in a second, then rushed into battle. He immediately attacked the demon. Then he fell off the cliff with him, thinking that he had to get the demon away from his mother. If he could buy some time, the local team would come to his aid. But the reinforcements noticed that there were too many demons. They copied the commander's skill. The ability of their commander was self-copying, and the demon mirrored it. If the original is destroyed, the copies will disappear, but which one is the real one? The other man said he didn't care. Therefore, the only option is to destroy them all. After that, he launched an attack. The other man thought that it didn't seem like the main body was here, but if it wasn't here, then where was it? Kanmaru realized that this demon regenerated very quickly. The demon told Maru what had happened, and he said that he shouldn't copy his mother, because he wouldn't even come close to her. Kanmaru attacked him, and the demon tried to attack him in return. Kanmaru was glad that he was able to hit him at least once. But although their abilities were the same, he was inferior in regeneration. Come to think of it, Officer Kana was right. She noticed that he wasn't listening to her at all. Hanmaru said that maybe this job wasn't for him because he couldn't compete. Kana offered him her hand and said that he was just afraid of getting hurt, but everything would be fine because they regenerated into dust. But the pain is the same, and to use gluttony, you have to eat demons, and he doesn't want to do that. So Kanmaru asked if there were any other ways to compete. She said that to destroy a demon, you had to cut off its head. That way, the spread of dust can be stopped. Unfortunately, he is a support fighter and has no offensive abilities, but his regeneration is simply incredible. Therefore, he does not need to be afraid to fight demons. Kanmaru realized that his regeneration was superior and that the main thing was not to be afraid. In addition, his gluttony gave him attacking abilities. But he can't hit the neck accurately, and if he can't aim, there's only one way. That means he has to strike. Hanmaru attacked the monster and thought he had won, but the demon blocked his super strike. The demon grabbed him and asked what was wrong with him, then climbed up the rock with him. Hanmaru realized he couldn't breathe. Therefore, he must use his gluttony right now. Now is not the time to hesitate, but the demon bit him. Because of this, he began to lose a lot of blood and couldn't regenerate. He thought that the demon had even copied his gluttony. He didn't know how long a person could survive with such blood loss. He didn't have time, so he had to act to avoid losing. Kanmaru remembered how Khan had asked him how many times he had passed out. He explained that they were panic attacks. He cannot control them. His chest tightened, and he felt like he was about to die. She said that in that case, he would have to pull himself together, otherwise his simple feelings would not be enough. After all, they were the last line of defense, and if they died, civilians would be in danger. Hanmaru's mother called him. He thought that if he died, he would at least take this demon with him, and then he attacked him. He grabbed him and attacked him with his ability. He managed to defeat him, and Kanmaru cut off his head. The staff at headquarters realized that the clones were disappearing and thought they had destroyed the real one. But another man said that someone had dealt with him for them and wondered who it was. The monster died and Kanmaru's wounds began to heal, but he really thought he was going to die. He decided to go to his mother because she would be worried. But then he heard a voice telling him to eat him. Hanmaru wondered how he could have forgotten and asked his father why he had to eat him. But this demon was strong and had unusual abilities. If he ate him, he would gain his skills. Then he remembered the prophecy that in a year, demons would rain down from the sky, and he would have to become stronger to protect his mother. Therefore, he decided that in that case, he would devour all the strong demons. After that, he ate the demon. Hanmaru's mother asked if she had passed out on the mountain and noticed that she still couldn't remember anything. Hanmaru asked if she really couldn't remember anything and thought it was good that his mother didn't remember what had happened in the mountains because of the yellow dust. He showed her the news that there had been a fire on Mount Inwangs and that there were injured people, so he told her not to go to the mountains anymore. She replied that she had been told that someone who looked like his father had been on Mount Inwang, so she decided to check. Hanmaru thought that his father had disappeared in the mountains and that perhaps the demon had destroyed him. Memories of how the demon had destroyed his father echoed in his head. He did not understand what had just happened because he did not remember it. His mother asked him why he had suddenly turned pale. She noticed that it must be difficult for him to work at the company these days. Hanmaru replied that everything was fine and that he was probably getting used to it. He returned to work and greeted everyone. Yoonji-won asked him where he had disappeared to yesterday without a word. Sun-woo said that he was obviously scared and ran away. Hanmaru apologized. Kang Hana noted that she had forgotten to say something. He didn't look well yesterday, so she let him go. These words surprised him. Yoonji-won asked if she was joking, because you can't forget something like that. Kang Hana apologized, and Yoonji-won asked if she really thought an apology would solve everything. She was not fulfilling her duties. She was also abusing her authority. Kang Hana replied that she didn't remember anything like that. After that, the alarm sounded again. Kang Hana said that it was the second level and she would listen to all the comments when she returned. Hanmaru said that he would also go. They went up the mountain and Kanmaru apologized for making her take the blame. Kang Hana said that he left because she said too much. Then why did he come back? Kanmaru replied that he was ready to fight. Then they saw a demon who repeated his words, ready to fight. Kang Hana said that second-level jokes were no good. The fifth easily destroyed the Inwang Mountain team. Hanmaru realized that they were talking about the demon he had fought yesterday. Nam Yosuk said that fortunately, the headquarters had taken care of him. The team of monsters of the 7th level and above are incredible. Hanmaru thought that he had gone through hell to deal with them and couldn't even tell anyone about it because his workplace was empty, but he wants to gain recognition. Kang Hana asked what this demon was doing. Why did he give up? Hanmaru told him to stand there because he was going to fight. Their confidence surprised them. Nam Yosuk asked how a first-level user could defeat a second-level demon. Kanmaru told them to watch closely. Then he approached him and activated the Mirror Demon's ability. It was time to show his power. He had grown after the battle on Mount Inwang. He was no longer a useless member of the team. The demon told them to watch closely. Hanmaru remarked that it sounded disgusting and that he would not lose to him. Hanmaru decided to attack in motion and struck him. Nam Yosuk asked if the demon's ability was smelly armpits. It's almost like a chemical bomb. Nam Yosuk saw that Kang Han was losing consciousness and caught her. Then he told her to pull herself together and asked how a 7th-level demon could be knocked out by stench. Hanmaru realized that this wasn't enough. If this continued, the team would be destroyed, so he shouted that they should not underestimate him because he was faster. He tried to gather all his strength and then struck the monster, knocking him off his feet. He was delighted to have defeated him. Then they went to the water to wash themselves. Khan asked Hanmaru if he could absorb the abilities of demons with his gluttony. Hanmaru said that was true. The last one he absorbed had the ability of a mirror. That's how he used the armpit demon's ability. Nam Yosuk told us to watch closely. In his opinion, it was very funny that after such a statement, he used the stench from his armpits. What a strange ability. Hanmaru asked if it was really that strange. Kang Hana said no, and that he had done a good job, even better than before. But the condition for absorbing demons is disgusting. Still, he worked hard, so let him rest. She will check the dust detector for now. Kanmaru said that of all the demons, he got the strangest one, and he was even humiliated. He had a chance to correct his mistakes and become famous. Then a man approached him and asked if he was Officer Hanmaru. Hanmaru asked who he was. John Il-do said that he had destroyed a 5th-level demon on Mount Inwang with a 1st-level ability. He replied that it was true. John Il-do said he wanted to invite him to the Seoul headquarters. Hanmaru was surprised that he was being invited. John Il-do asked if he knew about the Seoul Division team. He replied that he had heard about the demons there, or rather, the best of the best. But why him? John Il-do said that he had a talent for recognizing potential. John Il-do returned to headquarters. Yu Young-in asked where he had been because the meeting had been postponed because of him. He replied that a new recruit had caught his attention. Yu Young-in asked if it was his son, Sun Woo-eden. John Il-do replied that after the divorce, his son hated him and didn't want to see him, but he was interested in another boy. She asked if he still thought that a high-level demon would appear because of the newcomer. He replied that he did. He had a feeling. He said to keep a close eye on Manhwa Island to see if anything interesting happened there. Hanmaru cannot believe that he has been invited to the Seoul branch, but they only fight dangerous demons. Safety is paramount, but he was recognized because he is the best of the best. He himself cannot believe how cool he is. Sun Woo asked the 1st-level guy why he's been smiling so creepily all day, but there's nothing weird about that. Such weaklings probably like to cool off in the office, and he's probably very afraid. That's why he couldn't get into the Seoul branch because of his incompetence. Hanmaru asked who among them was incompetent. Sun Woo got angry and asked what he had just said. Is that really what someone who uses body odor as a weapon says? Hanmaru said that Nam Yosuk was talking nonsense. Nam Yosuk said that he would never lose. Then he began to tease him by repeating his movements during the battle with the demon. Go Docman thought it was very funny. Yoon Ji-won thought that they were all acting crazy and told everyone to be quiet and stop teasing Hanmaru. She noted that he had done well. He used to hide in the bathroom, but now he can compete, which is great progress. So he's just a good guy. Hanmaru thought that things had only gotten worse and that it was a great shame for him. Then he looked at Kang Han. He thought that her indifference annoyed him even more, especially since everyone here considered him incompetent. Director Cho Il-do told him to call him when he made a decision. He thought that would be the right thing to do. That way, he would forget about the humiliation and start with a clean slate. Therefore, he needed to move forward and transfer to the Seoul branch. Kang Hana sounded the alarm and reported that a 2nd-level demon had appeared. She wanted to tell everyone who would go with her. Sun Woo grabbed her by the arm and said that this time he would definitely go no matter what because he would soon die of boredom here. Then he asked if Hanmaru would go with him because newbies needed to bond. Hanmaru agreed, and they left together. Hanmaru realized that he didn't want to spend another second with this madman. He had definitely lost his mind. He had to figure out what was going on and call the director. Sun Woo asked what was happening because it was starting to annoy him. Hanmaru asked what had happened. Sun Woo asked him if he had gone blind like a demon and told him to look over there. This house is emitting yellow dust, which means there are people inside. Sun Woo told him to follow him. Hanmaru didn't like it and didn't understand why he was giving him orders. Upon entering the house, they noticed that the dust inside was thicker than outside. This is the fourth level or higher. Fortunately, there is no one in the house. Hanmaru told him to be careful because they did not know where the demon might come from. Then he asked if he heard him. He told him not to wander around aimlessly. Sun Wu approached the door and said that it must be here. He tried to open the door, but it was locked. Hanmaru pointed out that he had asked him to wait and that who knows what was inside. Sun Wu said that he was in his way and to get out of the way. If the door wouldn't open, he could just break it down. Hanmaru asked if it was still locked and was glad that he was alive. Then he said that until that moment, he had been very confident and wondered what had happened. Sun Wu peered through the crack. He saw a demon sitting there. Hanmaru asked to take a look too, then asked why it was closed. This demon looks weak. Sun Wu said that this demon is not lower than the 7th level, so it is dangerous. Hanmaru asked if it was stronger than the one on Ganghwa Island. Sun Wu replied that it was. His heart had been pounding since they entered the room. Finally, a chance to compete with someone strong. Hanmaru decided to leave and said that it was too dangerous for them. He had to report this to the department. He tried to open the door, but couldn't. Hanmaru thought that this couldn't be happening. He tried to break down the door and thought that if the front door was the same, he wouldn't be able to get out. He thinks it's all because of that demon. Sun Wu tried to open the door and shouted at the demon to come out and fight him, calling him a weasel. Hanmaru realized that he was stuck in this house with a madman who was obsessed with demons. Moreover, this demon was a 7th level hikikomori, so things couldn't get any worse. The demon began repeating the word owl over and over again. Sun Wu couldn't open the door. After so much effort, there wasn't even a scratch on it, and he became curious about what the door was made of. Hanmaru also tried to get out by any means necessary. He tried to break down the door or windows with a chair. The doors, walls, and even the windows were so strong that they couldn't be broken. It seemed that the demon Heike had the ability to lock them inside the house. They had been there for an hour, and he was starting to panic. The office must have started to worry about them. Another hour passed, and Hanmaru thought they had simply forgotten about them. Meanwhile, their team was working in the office. Yoon Ji-won asked how they could forget the date of the training in Busan and asked if the materials were ready. Kang Hana asked Nam Yo-suk about his file. After that, he sent her the documents to check. She prepared everything and handed the files to Commander Go-Dokman. He thanked everyone and said they would see each other tomorrow morning. Yoon Ji-won said that they would skip the morning tasks and go straight to coffee. Finally, they breathed a sigh of relief. Then they realized that 3 hours had passed. Nam Yo-suk asked what had happened to the two of them. Yoon Ji-won said that was why they shouldn't have sent the newbies. She said Nam Yo-suk should go with her. Kang Hana and Kim Yi-bak should wait here. Kang Hana said she would go too because something was definitely wrong. Yoon Ji-won asked if she was okay because the scene of the incident was not far from there. Kang Hana replied that she shouldn't worry about her. The team immediately went to the mountains but couldn't find the new recruits. Nam Yo-suk asked what was going on. Hanmaru jumped out to them with Song Woo and told them not to close the door, but the door closed anyway. Then he asked why they had entered in the first place. Yoon Ji-won asked what was wrong with them and what had happened. They showed them that the demon had locked himself in that room. Kang Hana asked everyone to step back. After that, she activated her ability and tried to open the door, but it didn't work. Yoon Ji-won said that now it was her turn to try. She had the ability of a spider demon and decided to use it. She hoped that the spider would crawl through, but the hole was too small, so nothing worked. Hanmaru was surprised that she cared about the summoned creature as if it were a pet, and he thought it was strange. Sun Wu told Officer Nam not to stand aside and show what he was capable of. He replied that he had no offensive abilities. Hanmaru asked if that meant he was useless on the battlefield. Nam Yo-suk asked what about him. He absorbed the mirror demon with his ability, so let him use it. Hanmaru said that the demon is not normally visible. Moreover, he was too far away to activate his ability. Nam Yo-suk said, "Does that really mean he's useless too?" Sun Wu asked if anyone was left in the office and if there was anyone who could save them. Yun Ji-wan said that the boss was currently in training and would not be back until tomorrow. Nam Yo-suk said that Kim Yi-bak was still there, but then they turned around and saw him standing next to them. Everyone was frightened and asked how he got there. He said he came because no one had returned. No one even noticed him come in. Yoon Ji-won asked him if he could handle it. Han Maru asked what kind of show this was, and if he had really gone to sleep there. She replied that she had no idea. Kim usually works in an office, so she had never seen his abilities. Han Maru thought he couldn't believe it. The incompetent individuals arrived to rescue them. Yoon Ji-won suggested that everyone search for a way out together. Song Woo stated that he had already mentioned that he was not there. She asked if he was suggesting they just sit and wait. Nam Yo-suk suggested waiting for the captain to return, especially since it was quiet there. Han Maru didn't like the idea of being stuck here with the demon until tomorrow. He noticed Kang Han and thought she was eerily quiet. Nam Yo-suk asked if they thought something was wrong. Why wasn't the demon moving, and how was it going to destroy them? Then they heard a sound coming from the master bedroom. They all noticed that the house was beginning to shrink. They understood the demon's goal. He wanted to make the house disappear, along with the space it occupied, so that he would be the only one left. Han Maru realizes that if they don't get rid of the demon, it will crush them, but he doesn't know what to do. 4 years ago, Kang Hana went to visit her younger brother, Kang Yoon, and her grandmother. Kang Yoon said how wonderful it was to spend time together like this and asked her to visit them every vacation. She agreed with him. Then she asked him what the drawing was and if he would get in trouble with his grandmother for drawing on the walls. He said no. His grandmother, on the contrary, said that he was a good boy. The drawing depicted their happy family, Kang Hana, him, and his grandmother. Kang Hana noticed the same drawing on the wall. She couldn't let this house disappear, so she tried to escape. But she wasn't strong enough. The sword needed more blood. Yoon Ji-won told her to stop because it was dangerous. Han Maru tried to stop her and knocked her down. After that, she lost consciousness, and everyone noticed that the house had stopped shrinking. Yoon Ji-won asked Kang Han if she was okay. Han Maru said that she seemed to have lost consciousness from blood loss. But he didn't understand why she had gone so far. Yoon Ji-won said that this place was Kang Han's grandmother's house. She lost her grandmother and younger brother to a demon and gained her powers when she became the only survivor. Han Maru said that was the situation. Nam Yo-suk said he thought the house was finished and was glad it had stopped. Yoon Ji-won pointed out that they needed to get out before the walls started narrowing again and asked if they knew the saying, "A rolling stone gathers no moss." They tried to break down the wall to get out. Sun Woo said he was starting to lose his mind. At this rate, they would never get out of there. He suggested that Han Maru switch places, and Han Maru was surprised that it was already time. Then he said that his arm hurt and he wanted to eat and drink. Kang Hana came to her senses and said she would take care of it. Han Maru asked if she was awake and suggested she rest a little longer. She replied that she was fine. Then he said that he had heard that it was her grandmother's house. It was very strange that an abandoned house was so clean and she must have cleaned it. Kang Hana said she had been waiting, and he asked what for. She replied that she had been waiting for the demon who had destroyed her family. He would definitely return. Han Maru asked how she knew, and she replied that it was because this demon was different from the others. He had intelligence and a purpose. It didn't seem like he just destroyed people like the others. When the demons come to the surface, this one will definitely return. Han Maru asked if that was why she joined the local team despite her 7th level ability. Kang Han asked if he was disappointed. After all, she only cares about the demon who destroyed her family. He said that wasn't entirely true. He also had no sense of duty. There was simply no other choice, especially since the salary was high. Kang Hana asked if he would go to the Seoul branch. After all, they pay much more there. Han Maru asked how she found out about that. She said that she saw them on the day she returned. Han Maru replied that he hadn't made a final decision yet. She said it would be a great decision. Kang Hana wanted to say something, but the walls began to move again, so they all decided to run into the hallway. Kang Maru wondered what she wanted to say because he hadn't heard her words, but he was very curious to find out. The next morning, Everything finally stopped. Nam Yosuk told us that the captain was the only one they could count on, but how long would they have to wait for him? He said he would arrive before the start of the working day and had probably taken a detour. That was definitely the case. Hanmaru said that Kim Yi-bak hadn't woken up. They were trying their best to escape from there. The walls began to narrow again. Hanmaru said we needed to wake Kim Yi-bak, but then he saw that he had already woken up. Hanmaru asked him what was wrong with his face, and he replied that he had calculated the most opportune moment. They asked him what ability he had used and what he had done. Kim Yi-bak said that he could have escaped too. He had brought mold spores through a crack in the door. The ability takes a long time to work, so he uses it rarely. Kim Yi-bak has the ability of a mold demon. They praised him. Nam Yosuk said that he should have told them about it earlier. Hanmaru agreed and remarked that he did not fully understand him. Sun Wu said that they would talk later, and that for now, they should take a look at it. The demon came out of his room. It turns out that this is not a lone hikikomori demon. There is a whole group of them here. How can they possibly fight so many 7th level demons at once? The demons attacked them. Kang Hana told Nam Yosuk to hide the team members. He replied that he was already doing so. Then he used the demon's zero presence restriction. He has the ability of a zero presence demon. Kang Hana tried to attack one of them, but the corridor was too narrow and her blade got stuck in the wall. At that moment, Hanmaru attacked one of them and bit him. Nam Yosuk said that they were doomed because the demon was trying to collapse the ceiling. Hanmaru said he would not allow that to happen. He used his mirror demon ability and said the ceiling would remain in place. Nam Yosuk said that the pose was not very attractive, but he was doing well. Hanmaru replied that he could not move. The demon approached him, but Sun Wu noticed him and told the first-level demon to hide behind the barrier and not get in the way. Hanmaru told him to be careful. The demons attacked Sun Wu and began to bite him, but Yoon Sun Wu used her spider, and it saved him. Nam Yosuk asked her to help Connie. They would protect Hanmaru. Hanmaru said that they were doing well. Nam Yosuk said that he knew they were hiding in fear. Yoon Ji-won said that it was strange and asked why the demons kept coming out of that room. Hanmaru decided to do something. He said that if that was the case, he had to go there and asked to be let into the room immediately. He saw the demon and said that he was sitting in the room like a coward and sending clones to them. In that case, let him stay here forever. He used his ability and then rushed to get out of the room. Sun Wu reached out his hand and managed to catch him. With his help, Hanmaru was able to get out of the room in time. Everyone rejoiced that they had finally won. Yoon Ji-won said that his mirror ability was incredible. Nam Yosuk remarked that it was not at all like a battle with a demon. Kang Hana looked at the house and was lost in memories. Hanmaru realized that after the demon's death, he would not be able to use his mirror ability. Therefore, he decided to absorb this demon. Nam Yosuk asked what he was doing. Hanmaru thought that there was still some dust left in the house, so he should be able to do it. He tried to use his ability to restore the house, but he didn't have enough strength. But he continued. Kang Hana stopped him and said that was enough, then thanked him. He managed to restore the wall with the drawing of her younger brother on it. Commander Go Dokman said that he had returned and brought them the famous Busan bread, but then he saw that there was no one in the office. He said that he had gone through so much to buy it, and now there was no one there, so he decided to check all the rooms. A moment later, the director called him. Go. Dokman noted that they hadn't spoken in a long time and asked if something had happened. Director Cho Il-do said that he had offered Hanmaru a job in their department, but he had refused, and asked if he knew why. Go Dokman found the whole team in another room. They were all sleeping peacefully. He replied to the director that he must have finally gotten used to their team. When Hanmaru was looking for a job, he never thought he would hate going to work so much. On top of that, he hadn't recovered from his battle with the demon. Then he saw Sun Wu in a car and greeted him, asking if he could give him a ride. But Sun Wu told him to get lost and drove away. Nam Yosuk approached him and said that he was very jealous of his foreign car. But for a novice civil servant to drive such a car was somehow wrong. Hanmaru agreed with him. He said that he himself was quite unpleasant. Nam Yosuk said that his wealth, beauty, and talent didn't matter with such a bad personality. He was sure that he didn't even have any friends. Hanmaru thought that he didn't have any either, and that he felt like a failure, which is why he envied him so much. Finally, they arrived at work and greeted everyone. Go. Dockman turned to Hanmaru and said that he had finally arrived. Their dear owner of the 7th level ability. Hanmaru wrote down who else was a 7th level owner. Yoon-ji-won said that he had absorbed a 7th level demon, so she wanted to congratulate him. Go Dockman said that he thought they had taken a weakling into the team, but he turned out to be a workaholic. Hanmaru thought it was great to be recognized by the team. Nam Yosuk said that his appetite was incredible. He is the only one whose strength can constantly grow. Sun Woo said that the workday has already started, so they should stop talking. Hanmaru doesn't understand why he's so angry when he hasn't said a word. His hostility from when he was a first-level member hasn't subsided one bit. Perhaps it's a personal grudge. Kang Hana asked Hanmaru if he wanted to go outside to talk to her. Hanmaru asked what happened, and she said she wanted to thank him for what he did at her grandmother's house. He replied that everything was fine. Especially since they were on the same team, that's how it should be. She said that after that, she was finally sure of her feelings for him. Her words about her feelings for him confused him. Kang Hana said she didn't think he was only a first-level ability user. Hanmaru asked her what she meant. She replied that it couldn't be that his regeneration and ability to absorb demons were only first level. He said that it meant that he had not encountered a gluttonous demon that day. Khan Hana told him to try to remember. Perhaps he had encountered other demons before coming to work. If he thought about it, he would never have forgotten something like that. Then he noticed a demon appearing behind the wall of the building. He saw the vision again and had a panic attack. Khan Hana asked him what had happened. He said that he just sometimes had terrible thoughts. She took him by the hand and told him that he was safe and that she was there for him. Kang Hana suspected that there was something more to his past. At that moment, Commander Go Dockman approached them and asked what they were doing there and if it was an office romance. Hanmaru said of course not. Kang Hana replied that it wasn't like that. In a year, demons would rain down from the sky and they would all die. Therefore, starting a relationship was nonsense and she was not interested. These words struck Hanmaru right in the heart. He didn't understand whether she wasn't interested in him or in relationships. After these words, she left. Godokman said that he had been rejected. Hanmaru explained that it wasn't what he thought. Then he wondered why he felt so bad. Yoon Ji-won said that there was an hour left until the end of the workday. Everyone except the night shift went to check the yellow dust warning system. Hanmaru thought that there was nothing between them, but because of the captain's appearance, he now felt very awkward. Still, he thinks she's right. They could all die, so there's no time for relationships. They need to think about how to survive the demon invasion, but they definitely don't have enough information. It would be great to talk to them. After that, the phone rang. It was an emergency call. Khan Hana picked up the phone and Nam Yosuk said he was on the line. There is a demon in the 3rd zone, and he is on his way there. The captain has also been injured, and they should watch their words. After that, the connection was lost. Kang Hana didn't understand anything he said and said that couldn't be true. The captain has a 10th level ability, but the demon still wounded him. Hanmaru was surprised. Could this lazy old man really have a 10th level ability? Khan Hana said that he was approaching, so they should be careful. The demon defeated the owner of the highest ability. The demon approached them and said hello. They were surprised that he could speak. Then the demon said he was glad to see them and that maybe they could talk a little. Kanmaru said he spoke just like a human. Khan Hana said that it was a demon who was speaking. The demon said that there was no need to be aggressive. He was not looking for a fight, only a conversation. Kanmaru asked what he wanted to talk to them about. Khan Hana remembered that Nam Yosuk had warned them to watch their words. Therefore, she told Kanmaru not to answer him. He noted that this way, they could learn more about the demon. They would soon come for their souls, and they had almost no information. Hanmaru asked where they came from. The demon replied that they had come from Naraka. These are mythical hellish worlds. Hanmaru asked where that was, and the demon replied that it was in the depths of hell itself. It was a dark place where They were forced to fight each other for eternity as punishment for the terrible sins of their past lives. Hanmaru thought about his past lives and said that this meant that demons were also humans, but that simply could not be. The demon said that it was true and that they had once been human. Hanmaru thought that his first demon had also been human. It turns out that all this time he had been devouring people. After that, he felt nauseous. The demon asked if he could ask a question in return. Kanhana told him to stop talking to him. He may look friendly, but attacking the captain and the inspector was his doing. She decided to attack him, and the demon told her to stop because he hated that. Then he said that by destroying him now for her brother, she would not be avenging him. After all, his death was her fault. Kanhana remembered how everything had happened and how her younger brother had tried to protect her. The demon said that he died protecting her, even though she, as his older sister, should have saved his life. After that, she lost consciousness. Hanmaru noticed that she had a wound right in her heart. Kanmaru did not understand how he had attacked him because he had not noticed anything. Then he realized that he had attacked with words. It was a psychological attack. The demon suggested continuing the conversation and forgetting about the pathetic girl crying for her family who had died. Kanmaru told him to shut up and asked how he dared to speak that way about Kanhana's grief. After that, he attacked him. After striking the demon, he attacked him again. The demon told him to just look at him. He spoke as if she had not abandoned him. Kanmaru felt that he couldn't move, and he had a feeling that something had appeared right in his heart. No one had abandoned him, and now was not the time to let his emotions get the better of him. But why was this happening, since he had never had romantic feelings for her? He just thought she was a strong and good partner. Hanmaru felt pain in his heart and realized that it was the result of a psychological attack. The demon said that emotions make a person weak, and he had never felt them, even when he was human. Hanmaru thought about how his body wasn't moving. Then the demon asked why he wasn't responding. Hanmaru thought that anyone with feelings couldn't resist his attack. Even the captain had fallen victim. Even with 10th level abilities, the demon said it was time to end it. What fun could there be? Especially when he couldn't even speak. Hanmaru realized that he was doomed and hoped that someone indifferent would come and save them. Suddenly, Sun Wu appeared in front of him and asked the first-level demon why he was lying there. Hanmaru was glad that their sociopath had finally shown up. Sun Wu asked why he was smiling. The demon said that it tickled and asked why he was still alive. The demon replied that he had strong vocal cords, so they weren't so easy to destroy. The low-level ones would have to try harder. They asked what he had just said. Then Hanmaru told Sun Wu to be careful because he could read minds and use psychological attacks. He replied that he was not interested in warnings from low-level demons, so they should shut up and just watch. Hanmaru thought that he sounded just like that demon. Still, he had to keep fighting. Sun Wu used his ability. The demon asked if that was all he was capable of. If so, he would never earn his father's approval. Sun Wu continued to attack him. Then the demon said that he was as emotionless as he was. That's what happens to the child of an abandoned and insane woman who took her own life. Hanmaru was surprised because he didn't think he had such a crazy story. He thought he was just a spoiled boy. He realized that even someone like him couldn't handle such an attack, so he had to intervene. Sun Wu asked the demon what to do next. He was not to blame for any of this. It was all because of his mother's weakness. In the end, the strongest survived. After that, Sun Wu grabbed the demon. The demon said that if that was the case, he would not live to see the end because he was weaker than Hanmaru. These words touched him. Hanmaru figured out the demon's attack pattern. He uses psychological attacks to confuse them and then pierces their hearts with his tongue like a blade. Kanhana came to her senses and cut off the demon's tongue, then asked if everyone was okay. Kanmaru thought that, as expected, she was very cool, but then he tried to push those thoughts away. He tried to bring Sun Wu to his senses, but he just kept repeating that the demon said he was weaker than Hanmaru. Hanmaru wondered if he was really that affected by it. If so, then he must be very jealous of him. He told him to wake up and forget what he said, then remarked that he was good, but he was even better. Sun Wu came to his senses and said that everything was true and called him a first-rate fighter. Han Maru thought he was a simpleton. Kanhana said that they had to defeat him and return home. If it got dark, they would be at a disadvantage. Han Maru asked what they would do because they couldn't get close to him because of his tongue. Kanhana said she would compete. They had a chance if he could no longer speak. Sun Wu asked how she was going to do that in her condition. Kanhana does not understand what happened and why her wounds are not healing. Until they defeat the demon, psychological attacks will prevent them from recovering. Han Maru thought that something had to be done. He wants to try to get past his tongue and get rid of this demon. He got his attention and said he was there. Han Maru noticed that the demon was approaching him and that this was their chance to get away. Han Maru shouted to Sun Wu to take care of Officer Kong while he used his new power against him. Sun Wu said that it only worked in a closed space. Kan Han asked Sun Wu to help him quickly. Kan Maru couldn't see any buildings nearby, and they couldn't go to a residential area either, so he didn't know what to do. Sun Wu told him to jump into his car quickly. Han Maru was surprised that he was throwing away such an expensive car. But he didn't expect anything else from a rich man. He even envied him a little. Han Maru jumped into the car and called the demon to follow him. The demon got into the car. Sun Wu closed the door and Han Maru jumped out. Then he said that they had done a great job. Then the demon attacked him, but it was his copy. Han Maru grabbed him and began to devour him along with his copies. Sun Wu began knocking on the car door, asking how long he was going to stay there. He didn't understand why Han Maru wasn't getting out of the car. Kang Hana approached him and asked what had happened and what had happened to Han Maru. The demon told Han Maru that he shouldn't do that and to let him talk to him. Could he be a cruel person just like his father? The demon asked him how he felt when his father disappeared, and what if he were in his place? But Kan Maru told him to stop prying into other people's thoughts. He damaged his eardrums so he wouldn't have to hear him. Then he asked if he was deaf because it was the last time he would tell him to shut up. Kan Hana noticed that something was happening to the car and that it was getting smaller. She screamed for him to stop. Sun Wu grabbed her and told her to be careful. Then they noticed that the dust was disappearing. Kang Hana approached the car and said that they needed to get Han Maru out right away. Sun Wu said it was too late and that he was definitely dead after that. Kang Hana said that couldn't be true. His regeneration was different from the others. If they pulled him out before the dust disappeared, he would be able to survive. Sun Wu decided to help her and asked how he managed to crush himself. Han Maru seemed to be somewhere else, but he didn't understand why he was still alive because he was badly injured. Even the talking demon was nowhere to be seen. He doesn't know if he destroyed it. Han Maru wondered what the demon wanted to tell him. It said something about Naraka, and that Naraka was looking for him. The demon also told him to remember his calling, but Han Maru doesn't know what that means. Then he heard someone tell him to wake up. He saw the demon in front of him and remembered that he had seen him before when he was a child in the mountains with his father. Han Maru told his father that there was a monster and that they had to run away, but his father grabbed him and said that from now on they had to fight each other. Han Maru asked him why, and he replied that only by obtaining the demon's special ability could they go to Naraka. His father threw Han Maru to the demon. Meanwhile, Sun Wu decided to use his ability to pull Han Maru out, especially since there was only a little dust left. But the dust needed for regeneration was gone. They found Han Maru but noticed that he was badly injured. Kang Hana took him by the hand and asked if he could hear her. Han Maru began to release his own dust. Sun Wu couldn't understand how he could do such a thing. He creates his own yellow dust, just like a demon, and in a moment, he has almost completely regenerated. Sun Wu struck him and asked who he was. Kan Maru asked what it all meant. Then Sun Wu grabbed him and said that he had just created yellow dust, just like a demon, or was it also a demon's ability of gluttony? Han Maru remembered how he got gluttony. It appeared quite a long time ago, back in his childhood. His father forced him to do it, but he doesn't understand why. Han Maru had another panic attack. Sun Wu asked him what was wrong and if he would answer him. Kan Hana told him to let him breathe a sigh of relief. It seems that he has panic attacks from time to time, and only the three of them know this secret. Sun Wu asked if they were just going to leave this freak alone and if they should report it to headquarters. Kang Hana said that they did not yet know why he was emitting yellow dust. Sun Wu said what if he became as dangerous as a demon? She replied that she was sure Han Maru would not get involved in anything dangerous. Sun Wu said to let him do what he wanted. He didn't care if something happened to him. Kang Hana thought she was confident in him, but in reality, she didn't know what to expect. Han Maru was riding the subway and wondering what kind of gluttonous demon it was. Was he really turning into a monster? Then he saw the same monster in the window and was very frightened. Because of what he saw, he started screaming. Inspector Nam Yosuk was riding the subway with him. He asked Han Maru why he was screaming. Then he remarked that it was not a good idea to do strange things in the subway. Otherwise, he would regret it later. Han Maru greeted him. He explained that he had just seen something for a moment. If he had time, he would really appreciate some advice. Nam Yosuk replied that he couldn't. There was a strict rule not to talk to colleagues outside of work. Han Maru thought that was very harsh. He considered him the most comfortable person in the team. Nam Yosuk's phone rang. It was Kim Woo-ju calling. Nam Yosuk asked why he was calling. Kim Woo-ju wanted to meet because something had happened. They met at a bar and Nam Yosuk told him to leave the Kaeon-san team and apply for a transfer. Kim Woo-ju asked who was with him. Han Maru had also come to the bar with Nam Yosuk. Nam Yosuk said that he was also there for that and asked Han Maru why he had come there with him. Han Maru said that things were not easy for him either, and he did not want to be alone. But he had never met a government official from another team before, so he asked why he wanted to leave. Kim Woo-ju replied that he felt uncomfortable in this team. Nam Yo-suk asked how uncomfortable it was and noted that they were just bullying him. Han Maru asked if it was the same bullying they had heard about. Nam Yo-suk replied that it was. In his opinion, Kim Woo-ju was so kind that he couldn't even respond properly, although he could have come up with something long ago and left the team like him. Han Maru asked if he was also on the Kaeon-san team. Kim Woo-ju said that at first, it was Nam Yo-suk who suffered the most there. Then Han Maru asked what kind of people were in that team. Nam Yo-suk replied that it was a gathering of terrible people. They were devilish people. Among government officials, there were many bad people who were as dangerous as demons. Han Maru remembered how Sun Wu said that he could become as dangerous as a demon and wondered if he really would. Kim Woo-ju had too much to drink, so Han Maru and Nam Yo-suk decided to take him home. Han Maru carried him on his shoulders and asked the inspector if they still had far to go. Nam Yo-suk said that his parents' shop was nearby, so now they would leave Kim Woo-ju with his parents and then quickly leave. But instead of his parents, he saw the Kaeon-san gang in the store. They were also surprised to see him. He wanted to leave the store, but one of the members of the Kaeon-san team blocked his way. Then he asked who was there. He was going to Kim Woo-ju, but he ran into Nam Yo-suk. Then he hit him. He said that he would only leave if he was lying on the floor, but he was finished for setting fire to the office and running away. Han Maru asked what he was doing since Nam Yo-suk was a civil servant just like him. The guy asked who he was. Han Maru replied that he was a member of the Gangwa team, just like Inspector Nam Yo-suk. The young man said that meant he was from the Gangwa Island team. In that team, where all the losers gather and where only losers are recruited. Then the guy hit Han Maru. He called him ugly and then continued to beat the former team member, saying that they were weaklings. As soon as he sees them, he wants to hit them. Just look at the parents who raise such fools and weaklings. The guy asked Nam Yo-suk if he really didn't know that reporting someone to headquarters would get you sent away for several months. He was looking for him to settle the score once and for all. Who would have thought that the Gangwa Island team was full of weaklings? Han Maru began to release dust to regenerate. At that moment, Sun Wu struck the guy who had decided to deal with Nam Yo-suk. The other team members asked who he was, and he said he was another weakling from the Gangwa Island team. Then he approached Han Maru and said that if he continued to release dust here, he would be finished. Han Maru asked him what he was doing here. Sun Wu replied that he was watching him, so he wouldn't get into any trouble. He saw them on the subway. Kang Hana was also there. He thought that someone else had said they trusted him, but for some reason was following him. She also noticed him, but didn't understand why he was following him since he himself said that he didn't care about Hanmaru. Kang Hana came to the store and asked what it all meant and what they had done to their team's inspector. Then she asked Nam Yosuk how he was feeling and said that she didn't know why they did it, but for now, she would take him with her. Team member Kei-san asked where they were going, especially since they had beaten up half of their team, they couldn't just leave. Another team member said that they still had some unfinished business with a former team member. Kang Hana asked if they wanted to get in trouble for causing problems for government officials. A member of the Kei Yansan team asked if she thought they would dare to touch them. The guy who got hit by Sun Woo said he had a headache and threatened that he would get it today. Sun Woo said that if that was the case, then let him get it. Hanmaru wanted to help him, but Kang Hana told him to stay where he was. His abilities were unavailable, so he should be careful. The members of the Keiansan team grabbed Sun Woo. One of them said that he had warned him that he would pay for this. But Kang Hana hit him and told them to stop right now if they didn't want to get beaten up again. The head of the Keiansan team came out and asked what they were doing there. He had only gone to the restroom and they were already beating civilians. Kang Hana asked who he was and he replied that he was the head of the Keiansan team from the Ministry of Environmental Protection. Then she said that he had arrived just in time. They were a team from Ganghwa Island and they had some problems. Because their colleague had hit a member of their team, an argument had broken out. She hoped that as the leader, he would take care of it. But he hit her and said that they were not civilians, so why were they picking on his guys? Then he saw that Nam Yosuk was also there and said that they hadn't seen each other in a long time. Han Maru became angry with team leader Kei-san for hitting Kang Han, so he started throwing dust. Sun Woo told him not to even think about it, but he didn't listen to him and hit the team leader. The other team members didn't understand what was going on. Nam Yosuk asked what happened and where the yellow dust came from. Sun Woo realized that they were in trouble. Hanmaru approached Kang Hana and asked if she was okay. She replied that he had been warned not to use the yellow dust. He apologized and said that when their boss hit her, he got so angry that he didn't even realize what had happened. Team leader Kei-san said that it was unbelievable that there was someone else who could release yellow dust. He approached Hanmaru and asked who he was and how he could create dust like a demon. Then he asked if he wanted to join their team. Hanmaru remembered Nam Yosuk saying that this team was made up of evil people. Hanmaru sent him away and said he would never join a team like theirs. Head Kiansan said he was very sorry. He would miss him very much if he just let him go. There was plenty of yellow dust, so he suggested they have a competition. The Keiansan Mountain team against the Ganghwa Island team. He was tired of fighting demons all the time. They thought that the Keiansan Mountain team was made up of crazy people. The head of Keiansan told everyone to line up. Kang Hana said that this was absurd, but the leader of Mount Keiansan interrupted her and decided to announce the rules. They would compete 3 against 3, and whoever won would get Nam Yosuk. If they won, he would forget everything he had done in the past. He would also forget that there was a devilish person here. If headquarters found out about the ability to create yellow dust, they would not let them go so easily. That's why he would keep his mouth shut only if the battle took place here. Kang Hana thought that he wouldn't even let her say a word. What kind of team leader is this? Sun Woo asked if it would be possible to cut off their leader first. Kang Hana said that this would not stop them. They would only kill each other. Chief Kei-san said to consider it a friendly exchange of experience. And whoever surrenders first loses, but no killing, because that's not humane. Kan Maru thought that was very funny. Sun Woo said that if he was finished, they should begin. He wanted to compete against someone with abilities. Han Maru asked if he had lost his mind, or if he meant that he was on their side. Kan Hana told him to calm down. It would be better to listen to Sun Woo, so they should just try to hold out in battle as long as possible. They asked her why. She replied that they would understand in the process and asked who wanted to go first. Sun Woo said he would go first because he was tired of waiting. Team leader Kei-san asked who would go first from their side. One of his team members scanned the opponent's abilities. He said that he possessed the ability of a temple demon. He attacked his opponent by damaging his own bones. The guy who wanted to deal with Nam Yosuk said he would go and beat the guy to death. He attacked him, but Sun Wu broke off one of his branches and asked if that was all he could do. The guy replied that that wasn't true. Even broken branches can be controlled. He wrapped Sun Wu's entire body with his branches. Then he asked what had happened. Surely he couldn't even move a finger. What was he supposed to do if he couldn't use his powers? The boy asked if he was going to give up even though he couldn't move. Sun Wu replied that of course he wasn't. There was still one more bone he could break. Sun Wu broke free and grabbed his opponent, then said that he should damage his fifth vertebra first. Then he told the boy not to even think about passing out and to stand up straight. Now it was time for the neck. Kang Hana said that was enough and asked if he had decided to destroy him. She noted that the battle was over and their team had won. The guy who was fighting Sun Wu said that he was in a lot of pain. Their team leader suggested starting the next round. Kang Hana told Sun Wu that the attack was too strong and he finished too quickly. He asked if it was too fast. Then Kang Hana approached the opposing team and asked who was next. A member of the Kaon-san team scanned her and said that she had the ability of an iron demon that created blades from her own blood. The leader of the Kaon-san team told Park Ju that she should go because it was her turn. She possessed the ability of a bone blade demon. Park Ju took out her weapon, but Kang Hana suggested they not use blades because it was dangerous. But then Park Ju used another ability and said she didn't care. Kang Hana realized that the battle would be fierce. Park Ju attacked her and hurt her. Kang Hana thought that this couldn't go on. She decided to just give her a light blow and then retreat immediately, but she inflicted heavy damage on her opponent. Park Ju's companions asked if she was okay. Kang Hana said she was fine. She didn't even have the strength to stand. Sun Wu said that she had gained a lot of time and patted her on the back. Han Maru said that she had gained a whole 10 seconds. Kang Hana said she had never competed with humans before. She had only ever competed with demons. The boy who can see the abilities of others does not understand what is happening. Are there only weaklings on the Ganghwa Island team? Head Kei-san said that only Han Maru remained. Kang Hana asked what was the point of continuing when the score was 2-0. He replied that he had endured these boring rounds just to see his skills. They give 3 points for participating in such a big event. Kang Hana asked what kind of nonsense this was. Han Maru said he agreed to 3 points, but on one condition. His opponent would be the team captain. Kang Hana, Sun Wu, and Nam Yo-suk thought he was crazy. Team member Kei-san wanted to find out what his ability was, but he failed and injured his eye. Another team member asked if he was okay. Then the guy asked if he was really human and who he was. Team leader Kei Young-san asked if he had decided to compete with the judge and pointed out that it was against the rules. So instead, he would compete with the best member of his team. Then, he ordered Kim Woo-ju to be brought forward. Kim Woo-ju asked the captain what was going on and asked where his parents were. The team captain replied that they had already left, so he shouldn't worry. Then he pushed him and said that he was their best fighter, so let Han Maru compete with him. Nam Yo-suk said that he couldn't do that. The head told him to sit quietly and that they would talk to him later. After that, he told Kim Woo-ju to be a little more cheerful because if he performed well, he would allow him to leave the team. Han Maru felt the power of the demon he had recently absorbed. He saw how Kim Woo-ju was being called names and insulted. He thought that these were all his memories and began to speak. Han Maru couldn't stop himself, and then the blade appeared. Han Maru asked if he felt good when they were bullying Nam Yo-suk instead of him. He must have been very happy that it was him. After that, he wounded him and asked if he was okay, explaining that it had somehow worked. Kim Woo-ju apologized to him. Then he used his poisonous demon ability. Han Maru felt as if acid had been poured on his body. Kang Hana and Sun Wu wanted to approach him, but the head noticed that the battle was not over yet. Then he approached Han Maru and asked if he was in pain and how much longer he could hold out. Perhaps he should surrender before it was finally over. Han Maru said that he would never surrender, and the head told him to stop wasting time and show him what he was capable of. Let him attack if he wants to win, otherwise the game would not end. Those were the rules. Khan Maru asked what other rules there were and said that he would simply deal with him. And that would be the end of the battle. The head said that if he started playing, he should stick to the rules. Then he used his 8-fold power-up ability. Sun Wu asked what kind of pressure this was and why he couldn't breathe. Nam Yosuk said that it was the ability of the head of the Kiansan team. He told them to breathe more often. He had the ninth level of gravity demon power. The head said that he liked it much better when everyone was kneeling in front of him and that it was very interesting. He noted that Hanmaru's regeneration quickly dealt with the acid and wondered what was going on. He is curious to see what will happen if he increases the gravity. After that, Hanmaru felt intense pain. The head said that it seemed that the stronger the pain, the denser the yellow dust. Could the demon from whom he had received his ability be special? Hanmaru remembered that the demon had eyes. Then he thought that he had to do something before the head came up with something else. Without the ability of the demon who could talk to him, he definitely couldn't stop the team leader, but he wondered why the demon had suddenly fallen silent. He didn't understand how this was possible. Could his words really not hurt him at all? It seemed that he was a psychopath with demonic abilities. The head took out a knife and said that he didn't like asking questions, so they would just look to see what he had and where the yellow dust was. Maybe they should look in his lungs or throat. Sun Wu tells Kang Hani to attack now, but the leader notices. He used a 20-fold power boost and said that if they increased the gravity, it would cut off the oxygen supply to the body and brain. Then he took the weapon from Kang Hani and told Hanmaru that now no one would interfere with them. Therefore, they would continue the game. Hanmaru realized that he was about to lose consciousness because it was very difficult to breathe. At that moment, someone approached the store. The head asked who was walking around at night and noticed that they were closed. Darkness entered the store through the door. Kanmaru did not understand what was happening. Hana said that he had finally arrived. Before that, she realized that they were in big trouble, so she decided to write to the team leader. Go Doc Man possesses the ability of a demon of darkness. Hanmaru does not understand what is happening and why they are all plunging into darkness. Head Keisan thought that it was some kind of strange demon that made it impossible to see anything. He doesn't know what kind of tricks these are. Hanmaru thought that it had become very quiet, and he couldn't smell anything. He felt as if he didn't exist at all, and wondered how that was possible. Go Doc Man suddenly attacked the head of the Keisan team. Hanmaru thought that he couldn't feel anything at all, and it scared him. Then Go Doc Man approached him and told him to calm down. Then he returned everything to normal. Go Doc Man noticed that the yellow dust had finally stopped. Kang Hana asked if he was there. He asked her and Sun Wu why they hadn't reported Hanmaru, or if they were tired of government service. Kang Hana said that they were at fault, but if he talked to the head of the Kayangsan team and settled the situation, but he said no. If it had come to this, he couldn't just ignore what was happening to Hanmaru. After that, a meeting was held at headquarters. Go Doc Man reported on the incident. Hanmaru does not know what will happen to him now. Yu In said that it was time to deal with Hanmaru. Go Doc Man said that they couldn't do that. She said that he was creating his yellow dust like a demon, and didn't he understand that it was dangerous? One clash with the K Yangsan team was enough. What would he do if Hanmaru used his abilities in front of civilians? Go Doc Man said that would never happen. This incident only happened because the K-san team attacked them. He is sure that director Cho Il-do knows very well that their boss is gathering a team of lunatics. Didn't he personally entrust the team to a psychopath? Yu Young-in asked how he dared to say such a thing in front of the director. Cho Il-do said that everything was fine. He just believes that the personality of a civil servant is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if the team leader is a psychopath or something like that. As long as he helps fight the demon, he is irreplaceable. It's not like team leader Go Doc Man is hiding on Ganghwa Island because he doesn't want to compete. Go Doc Man said the same thing could be said about Hanmaru. He only has to fight demons. Everything else is none of his business. Moreover, he listens to those two. The three of them, along with Kang Hana and Sun Wu, are very close. Cho Il-do asked what would happen if something happened to Hanmaru. Would the team leader take responsibility in that case? Go. Docman replied that of course he would, and asked if he could leave now. Kang Hana and Go Docman left, but Cho Il-do asked his son Sun Wu to stay. Hanmaru asked how everything went, what would happen to him, and what happened to Commander Go Docman's tie. Go Docman replied that he would receive 3 months of disciplinary punishment and a pay cut. Hanmaru was upset about the pay cut. Then Docman said that he got off easy. This time they took responsibility, so everything was fine. But what would happen next? What if they get involved in something again, and it's better not to even know about it? Director Cho Il-do is much scarier than one can imagine. Cho Il-do asked Sun Woo if he could get rid of him if Han Maru started acting up again and causing trouble. Sun Woo asked if he was serious. If that's all he has to say after 20 years, then he's leaving. Cho Il-do told him to sit down because he was not speaking to him as a father, but as a director. Han Maru was no longer just a vessel for his abilities. A person who can create yellow dust is no different from a demon and may be their enemy. Docman asked Han Maru if he understood that he should not do anything foolish, and he replied that he understood everything. Then Docman took Han Maru to his home, and he was surprised to see that this was the apartment of the head of the Gangwa Island team. Even when he took the civil service exam, it wasn't that bad. Docman said that from now on, he would stay here. Han Maru asked if that was necessary. He replied that it was, because that was the only way they could make sure he didn't get into trouble. Therefore, they would go to work and come home together and stay after work. They would be together around the clock. Han Maru felt Yoon Ji-won's angry gaze on him and pointed out that he hadn't done anything wrong. She said that if he released the yellow dust in the office, she would destroy him. Nam Yo-suk told us not to insult him. After all, he might get angry and accidentally exhale the yellow dust. Han Maru thought that this was the person who had put him in this situation. Han Maru sighed, and Kim Yi-bak asked if he had just exhaled. Docman said that was exactly what he had done. Then he said he would check and asked if he was going to exhale yellow dust because of stress. Han Maru replied that he hadn't. He thought that he couldn't even breathe. It was unbearable that everyone thought he was a monster. Sun Woo remembered how his father had said that Han Maru was no longer just a carrier of the ability. A person who could create yellow dust was no different from a demon. Maybe he was their enemy. Han Maru asked why he was looking at him like that. Maybe he was going to tell him not to do something too. Sun Woo asked why he would suddenly do that and remarked that he didn't care about him. Han Maru didn't understand what was going on or why he was acting that way. He keeps trying to provoke him. Kanhana approached him and asked if he was okay. Han Maru thought that he had had enough and wondered why everyone was constantly asking him about it. Then he saw Officer Kana. Kim Woo-ju was standing next to her. Kanhana said that he had just joined the Gangwa Island team and noted that he could ask her anything he wanted to know. Kim Woo-ju thanked her. Kanhana decided to examine Kan Maru because she thought something was wrong with him. Han Maru asked if she was referring to his eye color. He does not emit yellow dust, so she should not worry. She told him not to be upset that the other members of their team were acting that way. It was just that they couldn't protect him, in case something else happened. Han Maru said that was true, but it still bothered him. Returning to work, he thought that forcing him to work was definitely too much. It was very boring for him. The team leader said he would take responsibility for ensuring that he would never be sent to the scene of the incident again. Then he saw two people come in and asked who they were. One of them immediately struck him. Then he told him to release the yellow dust quickly. Han Maru remembered Kan Hana's words that they would not be able to protect him if something else happened. Han Maru finally understood what that meant. Therefore, he must not get involved in trouble. The man told him to get angry quickly because he would continue, but the other one hit him. Then he offered Han Maru his hand, apologized, and remarked that he was very rude. They were from the Seoul headquarters. His name is Nero, and the man who attacked him is Nambul. Han Maru asked if that meant they had come to check on him. Nero said that was true, but Nambul had come because he wanted to see him because he was his fan. Nambul said that was true. He wanted to see King Maru. Han Maru thought these two were just terrible and asked who this King Maru was. Then Nambul said that he was even stronger than Director Cho Il-do because he could emit yellow dust. He is the best among all government officials with abilities and is very cool. Kan Maru was surprised that he was the best. That simply couldn't be true. Kanmaru asked Kim Woo-ju what he was doing. He explained that he must have accidentally damaged the meter during the day and didn't mention it. He doesn't want to be hated. Hanmaru realized that the meter wasn't working and said that the Ganghwa Island team doesn't scold people for mistakes. Everyone here is good, but maybe that's not true. Kim Woo-ju thanked him and said that he hadn't been able to thank him last time. Hanmaru replied that there was no need to thank him and that everything was fine. Kim Woo-ju noted that now he could stop being embarrassed about releasing yellow dust. He asked what yellow dust. Kim Woo-ju said he thought he was the one releasing yellow dust, and if not, where did it come from? Then they saw the demon. Kim Woo-ju asked what to do because they wouldn't be able to report the demon to headquarters because of him. Hanmaru said that considering the amount of dust, this demon was only first level, so they could handle it. He remembered the words about him being the best. Namble said that he was the best civil servant with abilities and very cool. Thinking that he was King Maru, he attacked the demon. Kanmaru decided to bite him, especially since he was only first level and it was the only way to destroy him quickly. Kim Woo-ju said that it was incredible. He destroyed him with one blow, but Kanmaru said that something was wrong. He didn't understand what was happening and thought he had destroyed him, but now he had become a second-level demon. After each destruction, the demon became stronger and stronger. Kim Woo-ju asked what they should do now. Considering the density of the dust, this demon was already at the 5th level, so he said he would quickly call the other team members and return immediately. Hanmaru warned that a demon was approaching him. He realized that it had become very fast. Kim Woo-ju used his ability. He released poison and destroyed the demon, but it was reborn again. It didn't even die, but simply hid in a cocoon. Then it came out, becoming even stronger. Hanmaru thought that it was an evolving demon. Now it had reached the 6th level. Kim Woo-ju asked how strong it would become. Hanmaru noticed that the bubbles on its body burst every time it evolved. This means that the demon can reach the maximum 10th level. This is too dangerous, so Kim Woo-ju must leave immediately. He said he would watch over him and that Kim Woo-ju should go downstairs and call the team for help. Kim Woo-ju said that he couldn't handle a 6th-level demon on his own. Hanmaru said not to worry about him. Sometimes he is much stronger than everyone thinks. After that, he went on the attack, realizing that he had already tested him. This means that he will also become stronger from his severe injury. Hanmaru wanted to strike him, but the demon dodged and became even faster. The demon struck him, and he felt all of its power. He realized that he needed to evolve in order to win. So he allowed the demon to strike him hard, but he couldn't evolve and realized that it was because of regeneration. He regenerates so quickly that the ability does not have time to work. In that case, there is only one way out. Hanmaru told the demon to hit him so hard that he would pass out. Kim Woo-ju wanted to warn him of the danger. Then he used his poison, but it didn't work on the demon. Then the demon hit him. Hanmaru jumped on him and bit him. After that, he asked Kim Woo-ju if he was okay and why he didn't leave. Kim Woo-ju replied that it was all his fault. He couldn't just leave. He was a coward and weak, and it was all his fault. So it would be better for Hanmaru to go and get help. Hanmaru noticed that his regeneration was too slow, and if he left him here alone, the demon could destroy him. There was no way to contact the team, so he would have to accept it. There were only 3 transformations left until the demon reached its maximum level. He can't be allowed to reach the 10th level, so he must be bitten before he can escape from the cocoon. He struck him. The demon had not yet fully evolved, and he bit him, so that only 2 transformations remained. But the demon struck him hard. Hanmaru passed out and then realized that he was evolving. Now they will fight him. The demon hit him again and knocked him back. Hanmaru evolved and then rushed towards him. He hopes that Kim Woo-ju will be careful and notice that he has become faster thanks to his evolution. If so, it won't be too late. But he couldn't find Kim Woo-ju. The yellow dust disappeared and the demon was gone too. He didn't understand where he could have gone. Then he received a notification that the demon was in Zone 12 and 8. Hanmaru realized that he was in the neighboring area. Go Docman called him and asked if he had just seen a 7th level demon. Hanmaru replied that he had and said he had something to say. Then Go Man said he was busy and would let him know right away. He didn't need to go anywhere and should stay home. After that, he hung up. Maru realized that he was already there and thought that he was really strange. Maru didn't have time to say anything to him. But the notification went off, which meant that the team would be there soon. If he found Kim Wooju, he could take him to a safe place. Maru found Kim Wooju, hoping that he was okay. He noticed that he was badly injured. Then he started releasing yellow dust, hoping that it would help Kim Wooju regenerate. He asked him to wake up. Maru said that he couldn't just die like that. But the yellow dust didn't work. He realized that Kim Wooju was dead. Then he took off his shirt, covered him with it, and went in search of the demon. Kang Hana said that she was already at the foot of the mountain and asked where the team leader was. Go Man said that he was already on his way. He received a notification that the demon was already at level 9 and did not understand why the level was increasing. He told Kang Hana not to try to fight it alone. She should wait until he arrived. Kang Hana felt something like an earthquake. She realized that it was already level 10. She saw yellow dust spreading. Go Man couldn't believe that a 10th level demon had appeared on Gangwa Island. The entire team headed to the scene of the incident. Nam Yo-suk said that if they didn't stop him, it would be a disaster. Sun Woo asked the driver to hurry up. Yoon Ji-won also tried to get there faster and realized that they were running late. Kang Hana realized that she didn't have time to wait for the others and had to stop the demon before he reached the residential buildings. She found Han Maru. He told her not to come there and to go down immediately. Kang Hana asked what he meant. She asked how long he had been there. He told her again to go down immediately. She had to escape while he was fighting. She replied that she would not go anywhere and asked him to calm down and tell her what was going on. Khan Maru said that this was the final stage of the demon's evolution. She understood what they were dealing with. She asked if that meant that until the demon reached the 10th level, he had been fighting it alone. Khan Maru said he had to end it. He must destroy it. Then he decided to destroy himself in order to evolve. Khan Hana asked what he was doing. Hanmaru replied that he had bitten him and that if he was badly wounded, he would evolve just like a demon. Kanhana realized that he was not himself and that something had definitely happened. She asked him to calm down until the other team members arrived. They would be here soon, so they needed to wait a little longer. Kanmaru replied that he didn't need anyone's help. Kanhana asked if that meant he would simply destroy himself as if nothing had happened. But death should not be taken so lightly. Maybe he wanted to get rid of all his humanity. He said he didn't care because he was going to die anyway. Kanhana couldn't believe it. She didn't understand how many times he had been able to hurt himself in order to evolve. Then a demon attacked her, and she realized that he was very fast. But Han Maru came to his senses and protected her. He grabbed the demon by the arm and struck him. The demon attacked him in response. Meanwhile, Go Man had already reached the mountain. Then he found Kim Woo-ju and told him why everything was happening. Go Man heard a noise and didn't understand what it was. Kang Hana thought that Han Maru had changed. He was not the same person she had known before. She had never seen such an emotionless face before, but why had he suddenly become different? Han Maru attacked the demon, but it struck him back. Kang Hana realized that she had to act, but Go Man stopped her and said that such a trick would not work against a 10th level demon. They did not need any more sacrifices. Kang Hana asked what sacrifices he was talking about. Go Man asked her what Han Maru was doing there. He had asked him to stay home. Go Man reported to headquarters that a 10th level demon had appeared on Gangwa Island. The head of the headquarters in Incheon, Chi-gik-ok, said that she had been contacted by the team leader, Go Man. The headquarters sent reinforcements. She would inform Chief Cho Il-do if they were unable to resolve the situation. Yu Young-in asked Cho Il-do if he had heard. He said that 2 years had passed since a 10th level demon appeared on Mount Soreksan. Yu Eung-in said that all the members of the Soryeksun team had died, and the residential areas had been severely damaged. Cho Il-do said there was no need to worry. The Gangwa Island team would not be destroyed because they had their team leader, Go Man. Besides, their team member Han Maru was also there. Therefore, there was no need to worry. Go Man told Han Maru to stop. He thought Han Maru was just crazy. He couldn't just stand there and watch, so he decided to use his ability. The demon injured Han Maru's hand. Han Maru lunged at him and shoved his injured hand into his mouth so that he would receive his accelerated regeneration. Go Man noticed that he had defeated him with one hand. Kang Hana said that everything had worked out and that the demon would no longer be able to regenerate. Han Maru destroyed him but couldn't stop and continued to strike him. Go Man told him to stop. Kang Hana severed the demon's head and then decided to calm Han Maru down and asked him to stop. She hugged him and said that it was all over. The other team members arrived at the scene. Yoon Ji-won asked what had happened and if it was really over. Had the team leader and Officer Kang Hana really defeated him? Go? Man said no. Han Maru did it all by himself. Sun Woo couldn't understand how he had defeated a 10th level demon on his own. It couldn't be true. The whole team gathered at Kim Woo-ju's funeral. Han Maru couldn't accept it, so he couldn't come. Kang Hana asked Go Man if he was okay, and he replied that he couldn't get used to it. She asked if he meant the reasons for Kim Woo-ju's death. He replied that, as usual, the headquarters had staged it as an accident. It was good that the demon had not touched his body and that they were arranging a funeral, but Ganghwa Island was no longer considered a safe zone. Kang Hana asked about Han Maru and whether there was any news about him. He replied that there had been no news since his release. Tomorrow he has to report to his superiors. Kang Hana asked him to give her some time. She will meet with him and talk to him. Go Man said that it was pointless and that he would not return. He knew better than anyone else what he had been through. When he was working at the Seoul headquarters, a 10th level demon appeared. It destroyed all the members of his team. He was the only survivor. If someone sees their colleague die, they can no longer visit the place of death. Han Maru didn't want to leave the house. Cho Il-do decided to visit him, so he opened a portal directly into his room. Then he said he had come to talk, which was probably quite unexpected for him. Han Maru asked how he got in. He replied that he had just destroyed a demon and immediately decided to come to him. He heard that after the incident with Kim Woo-ju, he locked himself in his room and stopped communicating with everyone. Han Maru asked if he was there to hold him responsible for what had happened. Cho Il-do replied that he was not. His friend died because of his own weakness, and there was nothing they could do about it. Han Maru couldn't understand how he could say that. Cho Il-do said that he was concerned about his mental state. He couldn't just go and repeat the fate of Han Soo-won. Han Maru asked if he knew his father. Cho Il-do replied that he did. He and his father were company commanders in the same battalion. When the first demon appeared in 1999, they went there together. Cho Il-do was 30 years old at the time. He did not understand what was happening. Han Soo-wang ordered his men to focus. He was also 30 years old at the time. He told Cho Il-do to come to his senses. Then he told him to raise the 6th company and march into battle. He also told everyone to prepare their grenades. When it was all over, they checked to see if any monsters were left alive. Cho Il-do asked what the yellow dust was. They noticed that the monster was regenerating and continued to attack it, but they could not defeat it. Han Soo-wang couldn't understand how this was possible. Most of the people under their command had died in the battle with the demon. Cho Il-do asked Han Soo-won if he was okay. He said that all the soldiers had died and asked what kind of monster it was. Then they noticed the yellow dust reappearing and realized that it wasn't over yet. Han Soo-won started to run away. Cho Il-do found him and said that he had been looking for him for a long time and asked why he had suddenly ended up in the forest. Then he saw the monster. He told him to leave immediately, but Han Soo-wang said that Cho Il-do would only survive if he took him with him. It was the best way out. Cho Il-do asked what he was talking about, but Han Soo-wang entered the portal and disappeared along with the monster. Cho Il-do approached the portal and the monster attacked him. Cho Il-do asked Han Maru if he knew what happened next. The demon's blood entered his body, and he gained a special ability. He then gathered people like him and created a squad of special government agents. Han Maru asked what had happened to his father. Cho Il-do tried to convince him to lead the organization to fight demons together, but nothing came of it. He was in shock after gaining his demonic abilities. He had only one goal in mind, to go to Naraka. Hanmaru remembered how his father had said that they would go to Naraka. Cho Il-do said that his father couldn't defeat the demon, so he decided to become one himself. Hanmaru asked what he meant. How could he become a demon? Cho Il-do replied that demon blood flowed through their veins. In other words, they all had the potential. By going to Naraka, they could become demons. After the conversation, Hanmaru wondered if his father had gone to Naraka to become a demon. Before that, Cho Il-do said that if he refused to fight the demons, he would consider him one of them. He asked if he was going to abandon people just like his father did. Hanmaru decided to return to work. Go Doc-man said that, as expected, he was not there today either. He decided to go to Inchan's headquarters and sort out his resignation. Kang Hana said she would go to Hanmaru's house and talk to him. After that, Hanmaru entered the room. He apologized to them for being late. The whole team was shocked when they saw him. Hanmaru decided that he would try to find out the whole truth by working as a special government official. He couldn't just believe Director Cho Il-do's words that his father was now a demon. Cho Il-do approached the demon he was holding in chains and said that the preparations were almost complete and that they would meet Naraka very soon. Yoon Ji-won said that it was almost 12 o'clock, so everyone should hurry up and go to lunch. Hanmaru said that he didn't want to eat and that they should go without him. As a result, only 4 people went to lunch. Yoon Ji-won said that she was worried about Hanmaru's depressed state after the incident with Kim Woo-ju, but he wasn't the only one. The whole team is in a bad mood, and the atmosphere is worse than a crime scene. Hanmaru moved back in with Go Doc-man. Go Doc-man asked him to take out the trash while he was cooking ramen. Leaving the apartment, he ran into Kang Hana. He asked if she also lives here. Kang Hana replied that she does. It's easy to get to work from here, and the office is literally a stone's throw away. Besides her, Yoon Ji-won and Kim Yi-bak live 1 floor below. Hanmaru was surprised and said he understood. Hanmaru picked up the trash bags, and Kang Hana said she wanted to help. He replied that it wasn't necessary, but she said that if it was difficult, she would help, and that he shouldn't blame himself for what happened to Kim Woo-ju. They were all to blame. Hanmaru said that it was his responsibility, and they didn't need to comfort him. Kang Hana replied that she wasn't comforting him. He just needed to get through it like all of them had to at some point. Every member of the Ganghwa team had come here having lost someone close to them. He didn't understand what it meant to lose someone close to you and what she meant. Then he told her to give him the trash bag. The next day, an alarm sounded at work. Go Doc-man said that a 6th-level demon had been detected. He told Yoon Ji-won, Nam Yo-suk, and Hanmaru to go. Then he remarked that he felt terrible because of yesterday's pork ribs. Sun Woo asked permission to go instead of Officer Hanmaru, because they were sending him, and if something happened, what would they do then? Yoon Ji-won asked how he dared to say such a thing to their child. Sun Woo thought that such a sad reaction was infuriating. They went to the place, and Yoon Ji-won told him to watch his words. Couldn't he see the state Hanmaru was in? Sun Woo replied that they knew something about this worthless weakling and suggested finding the demon quickly. Then he felt as if something had hit him right in the forehead and lost consciousness. The same thing happened to the others. When he came to, he didn't understand what had happened. Then he saw the demon and destroyed it. Yoon Ji-won came to and asked what had happened and if the demon was dead. Sun Woo said it looked like it. Nam Yo-suk did not understand what was happening and why his cat, whom he called Kushish, was here. Yoon Ji-won asked what was going on and if he knew this cat. He replied that it looked exactly like his cat. But his cat couldn't be here. He decided to go to the office first and feed his cat. Besides, it was dangerous here. It's dangerous to walk alone in a place like this. Nam Yo-suk noticed that the cat was unusually heavy. Sun Woo asked if he really intended to bring the cat to the office. Yoon Ji-won told him to leave him alone. Let him enjoy himself. They arrived at the office and Nam Yo-suk told them to look at what he had found upstairs. Kang Hana told him to drop it immediately. Nam Yo-suk asked what was wrong with them and if he wasn't cute. Kang Hana and Hanmaru saw a demon instead of a cat. It was an illusion demon. He jumped out of his hands and then used his ability. Everyone else also began to see him as a cat. The demon began to run away and Nam Yosuk tried to catch him. Then he saw Go Man lying on the floor. He said that his head hurt and asked what kind of demon that was. After that, he gathered the whole team. Then he asked why he had brought the demon down from the mountain. Nam Yosuk said that he looked very much like his boss. And what could he be talking about when the two who were with him also saw him as a cat? Officer Yoon Ji-won allowed him to do so. Yoon Ji-won said that they would find out later who was guilty and who was not. Yellow dust appeared in the room, which meant that the demon was also inside. First, they need to find out what's behind that door. It seems like an illusion, so everyone needs to be on guard. They entered the door that appeared in the building. Nam Yosuk asked if it was such a huge illusion and said it was unbelievable. Kang Hana noticed the demon and told everyone to look there. A spider demon appeared before them. Yoon Ji-won said that this couldn't be happening. She saw her son who had been killed by that demon, so she decided to hurry there. Kang Hana said it was dangerous. Yoon Ji-won assured her that she had to go because this was the first time she had encountered a demon. And her son was there. Kang Hana told her to come to her senses because it was an illusion, not reality. She realized that the demon had pierced their foreheads with something. This meant that he had entered their brains and read their memories. Han Maru pointed at the demon and asked if this was also an illusion. Sun Woo said that it must be real. It seemed that this demon was creating demons using their blood. Han Maru wondered if he was reviving demons and remembered how Cho Il-do said that demon blood flows in their veins and they all have potential. Then he asked if he meant that the demons from whom they had received their abilities would appear here. Kang Hana said that was indeed the case. Therefore, he may encounter not only the 10th level demon Go Man, but also his own demon of gluttony. And all this was within the power of a single illusion demon. Would they even be able to destroy it? Han Maru thought that he would meet the demon of gluttony. That is, if he cannot defeat the illusion demon. What if the demon of gluttony appears and destroys their entire team? Go Man approached him and told him not to worry because no one would die here. They just needed to help each other. Sun Woo and Kang Hana defeated the demon. Then Sun Woo noticed that another door had appeared. He asked where the demon of illusions could have hidden. Kang Hana approached Yoon Ji-won and asked if she was okay. She replied that she was fine. Han Maru thought that Officer Yoon had seen with her own eyes how the demon had destroyed her son. It was just a nightmare, and all because of some illusion demon. Sun Woo said he was going to open the next door. He couldn't wait to find this demon, destroy him, and finally leave this place. They entered the next room. Han Maru saw the spores and realized that they were Kim Yi-bak's memory. Kim Yi-bak saw his wife. Nam Yosuk said that there was a mold demon upstairs. Han Maru felt mold in his mouth. Even his lungs were filled with mold. With every passing second, it was becoming more dangerous. He decided to check on the others and realized that it was too late. They were all covered in mold. Han Maru wondered if he was the only one who regenerated so quickly. In that case, he would have to do everything himself. He lunged at the demon and bit it, then realized that gluttony didn't work on resurrected demons. The mold demon tasted like blood to him. Everyone else came to their senses, and he asked if they were all right. Nam Yosuk said he thought he was going to die there. The illusion dissipated, and Kim Yi-bak's wife began to disappear. Kang Hana said that it seemed that Officer Kim Yi-bak had lost his wife to a demon. Han Maru remembered how she said that every member of the team had come here having lost someone close to them. He was not the only one who was having a hard time. That's why they had to end it all. Sun Woo told him to get out of the way. Han Maru became angry with him, and he thought about how he was actually making a difficult decision right now. Then he approached him and told him not to open the door right away. After all, he didn't know what was going to happen. Sun Woo asked what difference it made. Whoever it was, they would destroy him. They needed to find the demon of illusion, so he should step aside and let him pass. Sun Woo entered the door. Han Maru asked who was at the gate. Then he asked Sun Woo if those were his memories and if it was him standing there. Was he really that unlucky? Sun Wu realized that an unpleasant situation had arisen and said that it was the end for him. Then the temple demon came out to them. Sun Wu asked him to give him the demon's ability and make him stronger than his father. Kanmaru asked him what he had done and why he wanted to obtain the demon's abilities. He must be completely insane. Sun Wu replied that it was the only way to compete with his father. Then he said that was enough. He didn't want others to see all this, so he decided to end it all quickly. He attacked the monster with his ability. But the demon attacked him in return, and Sun Wu lost consciousness. Hanmaru realized that this was dangerous. The demon injured all the team members with his ability. Hanmaru realized that the temple demon was very strong and was simply destroying them all. Hanmaru regenerated and decided to see what Sun Wu was doing and asked him why he was lying there when he had an ability just like a demon. Why wasn't he fighting? Sun Wu wondered what was wrong with him. He just wanted to be stronger than his father, but Hanmaru had surpassed him. If he didn't do anything now, there was no point in getting the ability. Hanmaru realized that the demon was about to attack again. He couldn't move and was in intense pain. He also couldn't use his demon evolution ability because regeneration was getting in the way. Hanmaru told Go Docman to do something. He said he would use his ability, but he couldn't even lift his arm. His regeneration was too slow. Hanmaru realized that he was of no use, so he asked Sun Wu to do something. Moreover, he possesses the ability of a temple demon. Sun Wu told him to shut up because he knows it himself. Kanhana attacked the demon, but realized that her blow was too weak. Due to her broken arm, she couldn't strike with full force. The demon attacked her and lifted her into the air. She didn't understand what was happening. Hanmaru noticed that Kanhana's officer was floating in the air. He did not understand what had happened and thought that something was holding her in the air. Then he attacked the demon and told him to stop. After that, he also flew up into the air and felt as if something was holding him by the neck. He didn't understand what it was because he couldn't see anyone. Sun Wu realized that it was an invisible hand and that if the demon who gave him his ability could do this, then he could too. He attacked it and warned Yunjiwan to also attack the demon with the help of the spider. In the end, they won, but it was difficult. Thanks to the illusion demon, Sun Wu learned more about his ability. Hanmaru asked him if he had learned it well. Then he noted that he should do the same next time. Sun Wu told him to mind his own business. It was as if he was also absorbing demons and their abilities. Hanmaru remarked that he was actually giving him advice. Sun Wu said that there was a smart guy here and left. Hanmaru thought that it was deja vu because something similar had already happened. They approached the door, and Nam Yosuk asked what the sound behind the door was. Kang Hana said that it sounded like a gluttonous demon. It was the demon Hanmaru. Hanmaru realized that now it was his turn. He immediately opened the door. Hanmaru saw himself as a child and his father. The other members of the team also entered with him and saw the demon of gluttony. Nam Yosuk asked if this was the demon of gluttony. Everyone noticed that it had eyes. Hanmaru begged his father to let him go, but he said that they had to go to Naraka to protect their loved ones. He must obtain the ability of the demon of gluttony. Hanmaru does not understand what it means to protect his loved ones. This was not what director Cho Il-do had told him. He asked if he was going to abandon people like his father had. He became curious as to why director Cho Il-do had lied about his father and what he was hiding. Cho Il-do said that it was worse than he thought. Chi Gik-ok asked what he meant by worse. The number of people with demon abilities had increased dramatically, and the frequency of demons appearing had increased. Cho Il-do replied that it wasn't the quantity that mattered, but the quality. There were more people with abilities of level 7 and above. This was especially true in Incheon when compared to other areas. Chi Gik-ok asked what he wanted then. Would he really force people to obtain the abilities of powerful demons? Cho Il-do replied that he would if necessary. She asked if he was now proposing to deliberately delay the dispatch of civil servants, so that people with demon abilities would appear among the civilian population. Does he even understand what it would cost him? The chief of staff's assistant said she was a little late with her report. She reported that they had lost contact with the Gangwa Island team. Chigik Ok said that it was the Ganghwa Island team again. She told him to find out why they couldn't get in touch with them. Didn't they go home after work? Nam Yosuk told him to look at that monster. He thought the demon of gluttony was disappearing. Yoon Ji-won asked why he left without a fight. Go Docman said that it didn't look like a normal demon, but that was for the best. He didn't want to fight such a scary creature. Kang Hana heard her younger brother calling her. Yoon Ji-won said that it seemed to be Kang's turn. Kang Hana told everyone to stay there. She would go there herself. Yoon Ji-won wanted to stop her. Han Maru also said that it was dangerous to go there alone. But Kang Hana said she wanted to deal with him herself and practice before their next meeting, so she would be back soon. Han Maru thought it was foolish to fight alone. Sun Woo also couldn't stand up to the temple demon and had no chance of winning. He decided to check out what was going on and saw her fighting the demon. But then he noticed something else. It seemed to him that there was another demon there. He didn't understand what it was. Sun Woo also noticed this. They noticed that this demon was disappearing just like the demon of gluttony. Han Maru called out to Kan Han, but she told him to leave. She warned him that she could handle it herself. He replied that that was not what he meant and asked her to pay attention to the demon's iron armor. If the demon did that, it meant that she could do the same. Kan Hana realized that she had to try. Sun Woo closed the door and said that was enough. Now she had to win. Kan Maru asked why he closed the door. Now he couldn't see what was happening. The whole team was just waiting for Kang Hana to leave the room. Kang Hana came out and said she had won, then immediately fell unconscious. Han Maru managed to catch her. Sun Woo thought it was incredible. They were able to defeat the temple demon by working together, but she defeated the iron demon on her own. Yoon Ji-won said that there were two left. Go Dokman and Nam Yosuk also had to face their demon. Nam Yosuk said that was true, but then where was the demonic door? Sun Woo said that they had already encountered the demon on the mountain and that he possessed his ability. Then Nam Yosuk said that's why you're so cool. He took him in a year ago, and when the cat got lost, he went to look for him in the mountain. That's where he met the demon. Yoon Ji-won asked about the gloomy demon Go Dokman. Go Dokman said he had no idea. Perhaps the demon of illusions had forgotten about him. Everyone thought that couldn't be true. The team members also thought that everything always came too easily to him. Nam Yosuk was sure that he had nothing to do with it this time. He said that it didn't matter. The main thing was that they didn't encounter a 10th level demon, and that was good enough. Go. Docman replied that he was glad that the team members were safe. Han Maru agreed with him. They were very lucky. It's good that the whole team is safe and sound. They've all been through a lot, and he needs to be kinder to them. Kim Yi-bak asked if Nam Yosuk had found the cat. He replied that he had and that it was now running around the house. The yellow dust dissipates, and the illusion demon is nowhere to be seen. Go Dokman asks if Kang Han didn't destroy the illusion demon. Then he told them to hurry to the hospital. He noted that everyone had worked very hard today and offered them pork breasts to eat. After these words, Han Maru lunged at him and called him a demon. Yoon Ji-won asked what he was doing to the team leader. Han Maru replied that he was not the team leader. His stomach had hurt yesterday from eating pork belly, and he would not eat it again. Everyone understood that he was right. The demon tried to get out of it and said that it was definitely his stomach. After that, everyone immediately pounced on him and said that he was not Go Dokman but a demon. The demon told them to wait a moment. Then he started to run away and ran out into the street. At that moment, Go Dokman drove up to work and hit him with his car. Sun Woo said that he had been hit by a car. Go Dokman asked what had just happened and who he had hit. Then he asked his team what had happened while he was in the hospital with stomach pain, and they told him that they had brought a demon here. If the headquarters found out about this, they would all have their salaries cut for a year, and he asked if everyone understood. Whatever happened, this incident must remain a secret. After that, everyone could finally go home. Sun Woo told Kang Hani that he needed to talk to her. She asked what was wrong, and he said he wanted to talk about the demon from her memories. He said he had seen him before. Kang Hana asked where. Sun Woo replied that the demon might be Director Cho Il-do. 20 years ago, when he was still a child, He saw something. Sun Wu asked his mother where his father was and if he was working in the basement again. His mother replied that it didn't matter what he was doing there and that he should just leave him alone. But Sun Wu wanted to see what he was doing. He went to the basement and saw the same demon he had seen in Kang Hana's memories. Kang Hana asked if he meant that director Cho Il-do and the demon from her past were the same person. Sun Wu said that he knew only one thing for sure. His father must have been in the basement, but he was too young. Therefore, he wasn't sure what he had seen, but today, after her memories, his doubts were dispelled. Kang Hana said that if director Cho Il-do was really a demon, then why did he watch his family die? Sun Wu said that he was also curious. He became a special government official just to uncover the secrets of director Cho Il-do. Because with his powerful ability, he would be able to closely observe the director at his headquarters in Seoul. Kang Hana said that childhood memories alone were not enough and asked if he could prove it. He replied that he could and that he had an idea, but he needed someone to help him. Kang Hana asked who exactly he needed. After that, they went to the director with Han Maru. He asked what he was doing there. Kang Hana said that she had explained the situation when he arrived. Han Maru replied that he knew, but why should he participate in his conspiracy theory? After that, director Cho Il-do entered the room. He apologized for keeping them waiting. The meeting had gone on a little longer than expected. He asked if they had any questions for him. Han Maru did not know what to say. Sun Wu noted that he was nearby when Officer Kang Hana acquired her demonic abilities. After that, Han Maru wondered who would ask such a direct question. Cho Il-do said he did not understand the question and asked what he meant. Kang Hana said that when the demon with eyes different from the others appeared, she heard that it was him, the director. Cho Il-do replied that it seemed everyone here was under the influence of Sun Wu's strange thoughts. At first, he blamed him for his mother's death. And now he was saying that his father was a demon. Han Maru realized that he was his father. He had not known this before. Sun Wu said that his mother had nothing to do with this, and that he just wanted to know who he really was. Then he asked Han Maru to release the yellow dust. He said that this would reveal the director's true nature. Han Maru thought that this was the only reason he had brought him here. Cho Il-do said that if he used the yellow dust outside of battle against a demon, the Ganghwa team would stop protecting him. Kang Hana said that was enough. Although she wanted to know the truth about the day her family died, they couldn't involve Han Maru in this. Han Maru asked if they would find out the truth about that day. In that case, from now on, all responsibility would fall on Sun Wu. After that, he began to release yellow dust. Sun Wu agreed with him. Cho Il-do said that he even felt a little sad. Then he asked Sun Wu what he was going to do with his father. He replied that he had never considered him his father, because he abandoned him and his mother. After that, Sun Wu attacked director Cho Il-do and threw him out the window. Kang Hana asked if he had decided to take the director's life. Han Maru said there was no yellow dust there. Sun Wu told them to open their eyes. Cho Il-do noticed that someone was angry. Then Sun Wu said that the demon was already there. Kang Hana noticed that he was emitting yellow dust, so Sun Wu was right. Then Yu Young-in came to them and asked what was going on. She asked where the yellow dust came from. Then she saw the director and asked what had happened. Kang Hana told Chief of Staff Yu Young-in that she had something to tell her about the director. He was involved in the death of her family. Cho Il-do asked if only the three of them suspected him. Where were the other members of the team? If they don't answer, then he's probably right. Young people these days are a little strange. Then Cho Il-do used teleportation, and they all found themselves in a completely different place. Han Maru asked what he was doing. He replied that he couldn't do anything if they suspected him. They also shouldn't dirty the office with their blood. After that, he used a spatial rupture. Yu Young-in told everyone to crouch down and then asked the director if he was in his right mind and what he was doing. Cho Il-do replied that he was eradicating the problem. There were people who saw what they shouldn't have seen. He was very sorry that Chief of Staff Yu Young-in turned out to be such a hypocrite. She shouldn't have interfered in this matter. She, along with Nero and Nambu, would have been very helpful to him in his fight against Naraka. It would be good to get rid of Hanmaru right away, because they would be in trouble if he ended up in Naraka. Hanmaru asked why he had to go there. Choil-do replied that he didn't know, and that it was probably because humans were weak. Then he opened a portal behind Sun Wu and Kang Hani. They didn't have time to do anything, and he destroyed them. Yu Ung-in decided to use her ability of eternity and stop time. Yu Ung-in possesses the ability of a time demon. She gave up 5 years to move back 5 seconds and save their lives. Cho Il-do said that his attack was not in vain. Yu Ung-in simply used her time demon ability. He asked if she had shortened her life and turned back time. Hanmaru asked what it all meant. He had just seen 2 people die, but why were they still alive? Yu Ung-in realized that Director Cho Il-do might have noticed her using her ability. But how could Hanmaru have noticed her? He couldn't sense her. Nero said he didn't care about time. They can no longer tolerate this, so they decide to attack the director. But Cho Il-do moves through space, and they are unable to catch him. Sun Wu asked him if he wanted to destroy him, and how such a person could be his father. Cho Il-do said it was because he wasn't his father. Then he wanted to attack him, but Hanmaru knocked him down along with Kang Hana. He told him not to get distracted or he would die again. Yu Ung-in asked who else was a hypocrite and told them to capture Director Cho Il-do alive, because she has a lot of questions for him. Nero and Nambul said they didn't know if it was possible, but they would try. They used the ability of the twin demons. After that, Nambul immediately went on the attack. He used double attack power, double speed, and blood power to strike, but Cho Il-do cut off his head. But he continued to strike him. Nero said that until the blood ties were broken, none of them would die. Cho Il-do tried to sever their blood ties, and Nero said that they could not be severed just like that. This is the power of complete kinship. Nambul thanked the director for everything he had done, but now it was time to say goodbye. Kanmaru said that brothers with dual abilities were incredible. Sun Wu said that the director was hiding in the dark and evading the issue, but Kang Hana said that it wasn't about the blows. Just look at the director. He is completely enveloped in the blood ties of his brothers. Yu Ung-in said to attack his hand. Kang Hana immediately attacked him and severed his hand. Cho Il-do began to inhale dust to regenerate. Yu Ung-in told Hanmaru to bite the director so that he could not regenerate. Hanmaru said that this was the first time in his life he would bite a real person, but Cho Il-do broke free. Everyone realized that the director knew this would happen. Cho Il-do turned into a demon and sent Hanmaru into a dark space. Yu Ung-in asked him what was going on. He apologized to her and said that he didn't want to reveal his true face to her until the very end. Kang Han and Sun Wu thought that this was his true nature. Sun Wu was sure that this was not his father, but he wondered what had happened to him. Cho Il-do said he was very sorry. He couldn't believe he would have to get rid of the warriors he had created with his own hands. Kang Hana couldn't believe it and asked what it meant. He replied that he had brought the demon to her house. She was an elite athlete and a great choice for a demon's vessel. Kang Hana immediately attacked him. Yu Ung-in told her to stop. Cho Il-do destroyed Kang Hana by destroying space. Then Yu Ung-in turned back time 5 seconds and told her not to attack without thinking, or she would die. Kang Hana asked how she suggested defeating him. She replied that she didn't know either, and that he had become stronger since turning into a demon. Therefore, there were not enough of them to deal with him. It would be difficult to approach the director. Kang Hana said that Hanmaru must have a way. But how could they get him out? Yu Ung-in said there was no way. Anyone who had once entered the director's dark space would never return. Hanmaru ran so much in the dark space, but there was no end in sight. Then he saw some light and ran toward it. He saw the real director. Cho Il-do asked him where he came from. He replied that he had to compete with someone who looked exactly like him. Hanmaru asked who he was. Cho Il-do replied that he was a demon who had escaped from Naraka. Hanmaru said that he had eyes and could speak. Cho Il-do replied that it was because he was one of the 8 who were superior to all other demons. He was one of the 8 demons who possessed the power of the ruler of Naraka. They were not just demons with an instinct to destroy. They have their own minds and will. Kang Hana said that if director Yu Young-in dies, they will all be doomed, and told them to cover her. The demon destroyed everyone again, and Yu Eung-in turned back time to save them. This happened many times. Cho Il-do said that those who were given the power of the ruler of Naraka possess extraordinary strength. If you meet any of these 8, don't even try to fight them, because an ordinary demon cannot defeat them with these abilities. The demon asked Yu Ying-in how many times she had turned back time. Why didn't they just give up and die? Yu Eung-in wondered what they had been doing all this time. Did this mean that government officials had been fighting demons under the leadership of the demon himself? The demon said that they were very persistent, and if that was the case, maybe they should add a little fun. He opened the gate and demons began to pour out. Sun Wu said that it was full of demons. Yu Eung-in warned everyone to get ready. Han Maru asked what this space demon wanted and why one of the 8 was competing with the others. Cho Il-do replied that when the space demon escaped from Naraka, he became the ruler's enemy. That is why he is trying to make people fight against the demons. Han Maru thought that the special government agents were just an army of space demons and asked what would happen if they destroyed this demon. Would that help end everything? Cho Il-do replied that it would not because it was already too late. They had already entered into battle with the demon. Kanmaru asked if destroying the space demon would bring it back. Then, he said that it would be better for him to go with him right now. Kanmaru took him by the hand. Cho Il-do replied that his mind was trapped here and he couldn't leave. Kanmaru said that his son was waiting for him outside. He asked if his 5-year-old son was not in kindergarten but waiting for him there. Then he said that he had not spoken for a long time and was very tired. He needed to return to his son and wife. Kanmaru said that they would definitely find a way out because there had to be some way out. And not only for him, but for the director as well. Cho Il-do replied that it was impossible to get out of there. The space demon said that if it had come to demons, then perhaps it was time to end it. Everyone noticed that the space was shrinking. Yu Young-in thought that this was the end, but then Han Maru jumped out of the gate. He said that the escape had been accomplished and immediately attacked the space demon. Kang Hana did not understand how he had escaped from the dark space. A few minutes earlier, Han Maru told Cho Il-do that they had to get out of there, but he said there was no way out. Then the demon attacked him. Kan Maru destroyed it, but did not understand what it was or where the demon had come from. He remembered his conversation with Nam Yosuk. He said that the gate had not closed for 3 days. Han Maru was very surprised. Nam Yosuk said that something strange had recently happened in Busan. Fortunately, the director used his ability to close the gate in the dark space. Then, Nam Yosuk said that director Cho Il-do was incredible. Remembering this, Han Maru realized that he had a chance. He really found the gate, but he had no idea what was inside, but it was the only way out. Han Maru entered the gate and asked where he was. Then he felt that there was too much yellow dust and began to suffocate. But he heard a voice telling him to return. Kan Maru noticed that the ground was shaking and did not understand what the noise was. He saw a large number of demons approaching him and realized that he had to run away, but he did not know where. Then he saw another gate and headed toward it. Jumping through the gate, he escaped from the dark space. Kanmaru asked everyone how they were doing and realized that now it was his turn to fight the demon. Sun Wu told him not to talk nonsense. If he fought alone, he would not even be able to get close to it. Kanmaru thought that if he was no longer the same as before, then he would definitely be able to defeat him. The space demon asked how he had escaped from the dark space. Then he looked at the gate and noticed something. He realized that she had come for him. So he tried to close the gate. Yu Eung-in said that they were leaving, and the director was closing the gate. The space demon realized that some of Naraka's abilities had disappeared. It was all because of him. So he immediately attacked Han Maru. Yu Eung-in wanted to turn back time, but Kang Hana stopped her and told her to look at it. Having gained the ability of the last demon, Han Maru was also able to evolve. But the demon continued to destroy him, and he was reborn again. Yu Eung-in did not understand what was happening. Everyone just watched as Han Maru tried to get closer to the demon. Nero and Nambu asked who this Han Maru was. Han Maru said that he was the last one. The demon tried to attack him again, but he said not this time and bit him. Hana thought that everything had worked out. Hanmaru felt something strange. He tried to use gluttony, but everything was not going as it should. Then he found himself somewhere else again and didn't understand why he was back in the dark space. The demon said he would regret it. If the demon of gluttony that devours abilities devours him, he will definitely regret it. Naraka sent him to Earth to take his power, and how long he was going to obey her. Did he really want to return to Naraka's prison? In a place where he struggles in darkness, he repeats the cycle of life and death over and over again. Maru asked why he had to return to Naraka. The demon grabbed him and said that it was not he who had to return, but the demon of gluttony inside him. Then he turned to the demon of gluttony and asked if he had not yet taken over this man's body, since he was one of the archdemons. Hanmaru realized that the demon of gluttony was about to break free. The demon of space told him not to resist. People who gain power over archdemons eventually go mad, so he should join him, and together they would fight against Naraka. He said that the demon of gluttony would be free, and together they would destroy Naraka's prison. To do this, they would use these people. Kanmaru said not to make him laugh because he would never let him do that. He would not allow people to be used, and the demon would not be able to take over his body. Now he would just bite him, and they would finally be done with this. Then they returned to reality. Hanmaru bit the demon and lost consciousness. Kanhan caught him. Sun Wu approached his father's body and covered it with his jacket. Nero asked if it was over. Nambul said that Kanmaru had won. Yu In asked the special government agents what would happen next. They decided to talk to Godak Man. He said he couldn't believe that Director Cho Il-du was one of the archdemons. It was just horrible. He had some suspicion, but he did not expect this. Nero and Nambul felt uncomfortable in such chaos. Nero said that the room was too small, and Nambu noted that it smelled bad. Yu Young-in told team leader Godak Man that they needed to hold an emergency meeting. But before informing all regional headquarters, she decided to discuss everything with Sombi first and asked him what they should do. He said that after such a statement, shock and negative reactions were inevitable. The government would not stand aside either. Yu Young-in said that their organization could cease to exist. Godak Man suggested waiting a little longer until a solution could be found. Nero told Nambu that they needed to clean up. Nambu replied that there was no point. The smell of a bachelor would remain anyway. Yu Young-in said that there had been no leak of information. She suggested that everyone take a good rest today to start with, especially since everyone had worked so hard. Nero said he wanted to leave as soon as possible. Nambul remarked that he didn't want to come back here anymore. Godak Man told Yu Young-in that she did a great job, but not to call him Sunbai. Nero asked if she was implying that the head had suddenly aged. Nambul replied that she said his character had deteriorated. Hanmaru asked Sun Wu why he was spending the night here instead of at home. He replied that he didn't have the strength to go home. Then he asked him to go to his room because he couldn't sleep with someone nearby. Kanmaru said that it was more of a storage room than a bedroom, so he slept in the living room. It was as if he wanted to sleep next to the boy. Then he asked Sun Wu if he was asleep, and he asked him to be quiet. Hanmaru said that wasn't the point. He wanted to say that he had seen his father. Sun Wu jumped up and asked what that meant. Hanmaru said that the space demon must have overpowered him and locked him in a dark space. He wanted to pull him out of there, but couldn't. Therefore, he apologized for this. Sun Wu replied that everything was fine. Kanmaru said that his father missed him and his mother very much. There was no point in continuing to hate him. Kanmaru wondered what would happen next and remembered the last words of the space demon. He said that soon the archdemons sent by Naraka would come to them, and now they would have to fight them without him. Therefore, it was all over for them. Kanmaru did not know if humans could defeat the archdemons. After that, he fell asleep. One of the archdemons told his loyal subjects to come to him because it was time to descend to Earth. A meeting of the heads of the National Emergency Headquarters of the Special Government Service was held at the headquarters. Chi Gik-ok asked what this meant. Could Director Cho Il-do really be dead? What nonsense is she talking about? Yu Young-in replied that she had just explained. There are archdemons that are stronger than ordinary demons. One of them destroyed director Cho Il-do. Chief of Staff Bae Myung-sik said he couldn't believe that something like this could happen to someone as powerful as director Cho Il-do. Sitting next to him, the Chief of Staff of Kongwa Island, Hwang Ra-hee, said that now was not the time to cry. They needed to choose the next director to prepare for the battle against the archdemons. The Chief of Staff of Kiola Island, John Pai, said that this was not important now. It was much more important to report to the government immediately. Hwang Ra-hee asked what he knew about the government. The archdemons would be here any minute. Jung Pyo asked if she had forgotten where the organization's money came from. They were practically on the verge of collapse. Chikik Ok told everyone to be quiet. Yu Yung-in thought that since the director was gone, she could no longer control them. But if the director's secret is revealed, the situation will become even worse. Han Maru is also involved in this. Bae Myung-sik called her Nuna. Yu Young-in asked him not to call her that and reminded him that she had asked him to call her director Yu. He said he wanted to know about the archdemon who destroyed the director. Who was he anyway? Han Maru was working on finishing his reports. Yoon Ji-won rushed everyone and told them to finish their reports quickly. Maybe they want to work overtime. Han Maru couldn't believe they had been sorting documents all day, especially when archdemons are coming after them. Yoon Ji-won said they should have written from there earlier. Han Maru wondered if this was the life of a civil servant. He finally finished and thought that it was faster than catching a demon. Go Docman said that everyone had done a great job and suggested they go celebrate the housewarming. They returned home, and Go Docman said that the two of them would stay there when the archdemons arrived. It just so happened that the top floor was vacant. Han Maru asked if he could have the top floor in that case. Go Docman asked what kind of question that was and if he really didn't want to share a room with him. He thought he didn't know why he was asking, and then said that in that case, he would live with Sun Woo, and Nam Yo-suk would live with the team leader. Sun Woo asked why he would be with him. He would be living in the same cell with that pig. Go Docman was offended by these words. Then he suggested that the three of them play rock, paper, scissors. Nam Yo-suk asked if he had to play too. Han Maru said that whoever dodges the game loses. After that, they started playing. As a result, Han Maru won, so he would live with Sun Woo. Nam Yo-suk was upset that he would have to stay with the team leader. Han Maru thought it would be awkward to live with him in the same room. Besides, he looked a little depressed after the incident with director Cho Il-do. He decided that maybe he should try to cheer him up, but then someone knocked on the door. Han Maru opened the door and asked who was there. The whole team came to congratulate them on their new home. They all entered the room at once. Han Maru asked why they had arranged all this. Yoon Ji-won asked what he meant. Sun Woo was depressed, so they were there to help him relax. Han Maru knew that there were only good people on his team. They all sat down at the table to celebrate the housewarming. Yoon Ji-won poured drinks and said it was an accident. Sun Woo said he would clean it up. Go Docman asked Yoon Ji-won why she was wasting alcohol, and then offered Sun Woo some of the soup he had made. Sun Woo apologized and declined his offer. Then he said that he would clean up here first. While he was cleaning in the kitchen, Kim Yi-bak came out of the bathroom and said that something wasn't flushing and that the toilet must be clogged. Sun Woo got angry and went to the bathroom to fix the toilet. Yoon Ji-won said that he seemed to have cheered up a little. Han Maru was surprised that she thought so, then noticed that Kang Hana was gone and decided to find her. He went out onto the balcony and asked her what she was doing there. Kang Hana replied that she just wanted to get some fresh air. Han Maru asked if something had happened because she had seemed depressed lately. She said nothing was wrong. It was just that the space demon who had destroyed her family was gone, and everything seemed meaningless. It was as if she had suddenly lost her purpose. But even if she took revenge, she wouldn't bring her family back, so she shouldn't dwell on it. It was just sadness. Then she asked if he was okay, and how he found out that one of the archdemons was inside him. Han Maru replied that, to be honest, he didn't even want to think about it. It seemed that a person who had gained the power of an archdemon would eventually go mad. Sun Woo approached them and said that he shouldn't worry. He would make sure that he didn't go mad even if he had cotton wool instead of brains. Hanmaru asked what that meant. Sun Wu said that there was actually something else to worry about, something they had seen in the basement of the headquarters. A few days ago, they found a demon there. Yu Jung-in said that the space demon was holding this demon here. Even the headquarters commanders didn't know about it. Go Docman asked why they were hiding it and what it was. Yu Jung-in replied that she wished she knew, but the space demon hadn't told her anything, except for one thing. He said that when this demon enters Naraka, it will be the end of humanity. Hanmaru, Sun Wu, and Kang Hana thought about the possible end of humanity. Go, Docman called out to them. Then he asked why they were standing outside. He told them to stop worrying and go back inside. Hanmaru thought that it was not worth worrying about yet. Sometimes it's good to just relax. Nothing will happen in the meantime. But they didn't know that one of the archdemons was already there. He said that the time had come to shed blood. He headed to headquarters to find the demon that the space demon was holding in the basement. People don't understand how he got there. They reported that there was a demon in the headquarters apartment and that all ability users should urgently go to the 51st floor. They also urgently needed to contact the head of headquarters, Yu Young-in. At that time, she was at a meeting at the National Intelligence Service. Key. The Minister of Defense asked if the archdemons were involved in the death of Director Cho Il-du and how they could fight them. Yu Young-in said that, considering the full power of the archdemon, they would have to fight on a completely different level. There is a risk of heavy civilian casualties, so measures must be taken at the national level. The Minister of Defense replied that they would do without extraordinary measures. They should just hide and deal with everything quietly, as before. The Army Chief of Staff said that secrecy was paramount. Korea was still in a state of emergency. Yu Eung-in asked what the situation was in other countries, as demons were not only appearing in Korea. The head of the National Intelligence Service replied. He said that Director Yu did not need to know about this. Yu Eung-in thought that they were not giving their agents any information. Then she received a phone call and apologized, explaining that it was an urgent call. She was informed that the archdemon was right in the headquarters apartment. He was currently on the 49th floor of the emergency stairwell. The Seoul headquarters team was already dealing with him on site. Someone from the team asked if this was the archdemon. He does indeed have eyes. The yellow dust is very thick, so they need to be careful. They don't know what he's capable of. The owner of the Wind Demon's ability said that, in any case, if his head is separated, he's finished. He severed its head, and the team members were surprised that that was all. It turned out to be even easier than they thought. But the demon began to devour the one who attacked him. He devoured his flesh and blood to restore his body. The girl said that he had to be stopped and shot an arrow at him. The divine archdemon said that this was karma's revenge. The team realized that he was immortal and could even speak. The demon asked where he was. Where had the demon of space hidden archdemon? They replied that they did not understand what he was talking about, but had to stop him. So they decided to attack him together. The demon said that if they did not want to talk, they would die. The people near the headquarters thought that something had gone wrong. They noticed that the building was about to collapse. The girl with the demon's power of restoration told everyone to leave. She would hold up the building with her own strength. The girl hoped that Yu Eung-in would return soon. Yu Eung-in was already on her way and asked what the situation was. She was told that the situation was dire. It was an archdemon with divine power. He goes downstairs and says that one of the archdemons is hiding there. Yu Eung-in thought that he was targeting the demon in the basement, but they would need at least another 20 minutes to get to the headquarters. In that case, she decided to call Go Docman. Go Docman said he understood and they would do as he said. The team members asked him what had happened. He replied that one of the archdemons had attacked headquarters. Hanmaru couldn't believe it had happened so quickly. Go Docman told him that he was going with him to the headquarters in Seoul right away. He asked if he could use his space demon ability. Hanmaru replied that he would try and then activated the ability. He wanted to move to headquarters but was surprised to find that there were many places he could move to. In his opinion, everything was very confusing. Hanmaru couldn't handle the ability. Go Docman said there wasn't much time. He told him to get ready quickly and use the space shifting ability. He decided to try again and succeeded, but they ended up somewhere other than where they had planned. Nam Yosuk asked why they had to move. Everyone saw that they were in some guy's room. Nam Yosuk told Hanmaru to move them again quickly. Go? Docman apologized to the guy for bothering him. Hanmaru tried to use the ability to move through space again. Then they found themselves in another strange place. The man asked where they had come from. The team asked Hanmaru what he was doing, and they noted that even a taxi would have been faster. The man asked again who they were. Then the team asked him to concentrate because there was an archdemon there. Hanmaru did not understand how to use the space demon's abilities at all. The girl with the demon of restoration ability asked how many more people with abilities they had. Another girl replied that there were 3 of them. Besides them, only 2 level 8 people remained on the 25th floor without combat abilities. This girl has the ability of a candle flame demon. Archdemon said that he was very bored fighting humans. The boy with the crow demon ability immediately attacked him. Another guy with the Iron Fist demon ability also joined him. They noticed that he was very strong. Archdemon immediately destroyed them. The girl with the Candle Flame demon ability said that this couldn't be. Now there were only 3 of them in the headquarters. Kanmaru continued to move the entire team. Kanhana asked if he was okay, and if he couldn't continue, he should say so. He replied that he could and would try again. He had just figured out what was going on. Step by step, Kanmaru began to understand how the dark space worked, but he needed time to figure it out and move everyone to the right place. Meanwhile, the archdemon descended and asked if they were the only ones left. He would let them live if they answered his question. He asked where the archdemon was. The boy with the water shield ability told him to continue holding the building. Then he used the shield for protection and said that civilians must not be harmed, and immediately went on the attack. The archdemon tried to attack him but couldn't break through the shield, so he said that this was interesting. So he decided to try again and told them to try to stop him. After that, he shot an arrow at them. The boy with the water shield demon ability noticed that the water was evaporating. He also saw that the arrow had hit the girl who was holding up the building. The building began to collapse. The girl with the candle flame demon ability realized that she had to do something and thought that this was the only way out. She approached the girl who had died and said she would give her life. The girl with the ability to heal came to her senses. Then she saw that her friend had disappeared and said, "No, not that." The boy told her to use her ability quickly. Because the building was collapsing, the girl began to hold up the building and cried because her friend had given her life for her. The boy noticed that the demon had released fire arrows again and realized that he couldn't stop him, so he thought it was the end. But then Kanmaru appeared before them and said that they should not worry. The demon said that it was just the ability of a space demon. Then he greeted his brother, the demon of gluttony. Hanmaru asked what brother he was talking about and told him not to talk nonsense, especially since he was the only child in the family. Then he wanted to use his space-bending ability, but Godokman stopped him. He said that their dispatchers had reported that he was immortal and that he couldn't be destroyed just like that. If the demon's body was harmed, he would also suffer. He regenerated with the help of human flesh and blood. But Hanmaru had already managed to sever his arm and asked why he hadn't said so earlier. Godokman told him not to even think about severing his head. Hanmaru wondered how he could destroy him in that case. Archdemon asked the demon of gluttony where their brother was. Kanmaru thought he meant the one in the basement and asked what he was talking about. Then Archdemon replied that the ruler of Naraka had sent him after the 2 of them. Hanmaru asked why he should listen to someone like him. Archdemon said that in that case, he would have to bring him by force and immediately attacked him. Sun Wu wondered how to destroy him. There must be some way to destroy him without cutting off his head. Unlike other demons, he possesses intelligence. If his brain was damaged, the demon would stop regenerating. Kang Ha attacked the demon. Yoon Ji-wan told everyone to prepare for battle. The girl and boy who were here before them did not understand who these people were. Godokman asked how they were and if they were all right. Then the girl asked which team they were from, and he replied that they were from Ganghwa Island. Director Yu sent them here. He said he would get them out of there, but right now, the most important thing was to restore the building. Yoon Ji-won screamed because the demon had destroyed her spider. She immediately rushed towards him. Sun Woo noticed that the demon was about to attack her and warned her of the danger. Then he attacked the demon with his ability. The archdemon noticed that he was getting in his way and threw a spear at him. Kang Hana managed to protect him and repel the attack, but her hand was injured in the process. Sun Woo noticed that the demon was about to attack her, so he told her that it was right in front of her. Han Maru opened a portal behind him and attacked him by surprise. But the demon noticed him and grabbed him, then asked why the demon of gluttony was on the side of humans. Perhaps he should destroy his human shell. After that, Go Docman decided to use his ability. Everyone began to sink into darkness. Archdemon said that he was just another annoying insect, and then noticed that he couldn't feel anything. He asked if it was emptiness. Go. Docman thought that there was no point in cutting off his head now and that it was more important to ensure the safety of the others. The team members did not understand why they were suddenly outside. Yoon Ji-won said that it was all because of the abilities of the team leader, Go. She thinks that he secretly moved them here. First, they will investigate the scene of the incident and evacuate civilians around the headquarters. Therefore, the Seoul team should restore the building, and the Ganghwa Island team should help them. Nam Yo-suk asked if everything would be okay inside. Go Docman woke up Han Maru, who asked where they were, then saw that they were in a basement and asked why they were there. Team leader Go Docman replied that this location would cause the least damage to the building. Sun Woo said that, assuming the battle would take place here. But how could they destroy the demon of eternity when they couldn't separate his head from his body? Han Maru asked what would happen if he used his ability to remove space. He would make it disappear completely along with the space. Kang Hana said that was too dangerous. There was a risk of affecting the surrounding space. Go Docman said that they had only one option. He suggested that Han Maru talk about something, but it was too late because the demon had already reached the basement and said that what he was looking for was there. Then he asked Han Maru if he was going to interfere again and if he still couldn't leave the people alone. They think that the four of them can defeat him. Han Maru said that he was a little mistaken about the number and noted that the entire staff was with them. After that, he used his ability to move through space and transported everyone to the national headquarters. Pimin Shik asked if this was Director Cho Il-do's ability. No one understands what is going on. Then, everyone saw the archdemon, and he said that it was boring not to die at all, but now he was having more fun. Hwang Rahi said that seeing the archdemon was quite unexpected and asked Han Maru if he had transported them. Where did he get Director Cho Il-do's ability? Go? Docman turned to Bae Min Sik and said they needed to talk. P Min Sik said that they hadn't seen each other in a long time and that they would talk later, but for now, he should quickly enter his memory. He used his ability and said that the data had been received and that the data transfer would now begin. P Myung-sik possesses the ability of a telepathic demon. He transmitted information about what had happened up to that point. He also conveyed the plan of team leader Go Docman based on this information. He hoped that the chiefs of staff would follow this plan. He hopes for the support of the chiefs of staff of Incheon Ganghwa Island and Jeolla Island. Chi Gyok-ok remarked that this was arrogance. The fact that the commander of Ganghwa Island was telling her what to do. Arkadamon asked if they were up to something again. P Min Sik addressed Chi Gyok-ok mentally and told her to be grateful instead of grumbling, since she didn't even need to defend herself. There was no point in trying to harm the demon of eternity, but they needed to buy at least a little time. Then he said that the Incheon team leader only had a minute left before he could use his ability. In the meantime, they had to delay him. The demon asked if that was how they intended to defend themselves. If so, he would deal with all of them at once. The demon attacked them. Noticing this, Go Docman told everyone to be careful because this was his new attack. Hwang Rahi realized that her armor would not withstand it. She was a user of the Demon Steel Scale ability. Hwang Rahi asked Chi Gyok-ok how much time she needed to use her ability. Chi Gyok-ok asked what kind of generation they were. Young people are so impatient. After that, the chief of staff used her ability. She possesses the ability of a carnivorous plant demon. Chigik Oak said that the first stage was complete, but they had very little time. Everything else will go according to plan. After a while, Huang Rahi said that the second stage was also complete. They tried to restrain the demon with the help of a plant. Wang Rahi told the chief of staff of Chiola Island to act quickly because she could hold out for 30 seconds at most. John Pai said that he was breathless. Then he used his demon ability of absolute combustion. 30 seconds later, he said that the burning was complete. They hoped that they had managed to stop the demon. Hanmaru thought they had succeeded in destroying the demon of eternity. But the user of the demon's sense of smell ability said to wait because something was wrong. She could still smell the demon of eternity. The demon began to consume the flesh and blood of the people he had destroyed and was reborn. Kanmaru couldn't understand how this was possible. The archdemon took the demon he had come for back to headquarters and said that he was still bored. Then he asked where the gluttony demon had gone, but Kanmaru and Sun Wu covered Kanmaru's mouth with their hands so that he would remain silent and hid. The demon said that sooner or later he would return for him and that people should remember that. After that, he left. Meanwhile, Yu Ung-in arrived at the scene and couldn't believe her eyes. She thought that only 10 minutes had passed since the demon of eternity appeared. But the headquarters had been destroyed, and the demon who was capable of ending the existence of humanity had been kidnapped. Hanmaru thought that they had lost and did not know what to do next. The news began to discuss what had happened to the building. The building of the Ministry of the Environment was attacked by yellow dust. They say it was a terrorist attack by enemy spies. Some believe that this is most likely an alien invasion, as well as this strange yellow gas. According to the government, the explosion was caused by a gas leak. The damage caused by rental fraud is increasing. Hanmaru was reading the news in the bathroom when his mother called him. She asked if he was okay because she was worried about him after hearing about the explosion. This is because the department he works for is responsible for combating yellow dust. Hanmaru replied that he was working on Gangwa Island and that he was fine. Then, he asked how she was doing. His mother said that she was fine, but she was frightened by what had happened because she often passed by that building on her way to work. Kanmaru thought that if the demon of eternity had not stopped, his mother could have been killed. Nero and Nambu knocked on his door, asking how long he was going to sit there. All day? Hanmaru asked them if something had happened, and they replied that Chief of Staff Yu Ung-in was calling for him. He went to the tent where the heads of staff had gathered and asked if they had called him. Yu Ung-in said that if Hanmaru was there, they could ask him questions. Chi Gik-ok asked why they needed a temporary headquarters. P. Minsik replied that it was because the demon of eternity would return for Kanmaru, because he is also an archdemon, just like director Cho Il-du or the demon of eternity. Huang Rahi said that even the thought of it annoyed her. What was the point of being ruled by a demon? Bae Myung-sik said that it was so sad. He was friends with Cho Il-du. He went to the sauna and ate with him and stuff. John Pai told them to stop talking nonsense. It was a waste of time and they needed to decide what to do. Soon Hanmaru would cease to be human, just like Cho Il-do. Godokman said that would not happen. He had been watching him from the sidelines. Hanmaru was very good at controlling the demon of gluttony, and he would not get any worse. Therefore, now was the time for his abilities to shine. He is the only one who possesses power comparable to that of the archdemons. Instead of suspecting their own people, they should think about how to destroy the demon of eternity. Chi Gik-ok said that he is a very good speaker, but the fact is that they are meeting as heads of headquarters, not as commanders. Yu Yung-in said that before she became the head of the Seoul headquarters, it was Godokman, so he is quite competent. Hanmaru wondered if she was talking about the same uncle who only drinks and sleeps at work. Chi Gik-ok said that she was saying this because he irresponsibly abandoned his post and was now hiding on an island. Besides, his last plan failed and he let the demon escape. Godokman said that it happened because they came up with the plan on the flight. This time, they must prepare thoroughly. Huang Rahi asked how exactly and if he had any other ideas besides instant destruction. Chigik OK said she agreed. They just needed to take away the demon's ability to move, but it takes more than a minute to activate the ability. P.E. Minsik asked where the guarantee was that the previous plan would work. There would be no more cooperation between the heads of the headquarters. It all made no sense. Chigik Ok asked what he meant. Did he really think the ability of carnivorous plants was useless? But he knew nothing except how to talk. He asked why and told him to try to defeat him. She called him a coward. Hanmaru decided to stop the argument. Then he asked what would happen if they trapped the demon of eternity in a dark space. Yu In asked how long it would take to activate. Hanmaru replied that it would take 5 seconds. If they could hold him for 5 seconds, he would seal him in his dark space, so that it would remain there forever. After that, they set about implementing the plan. Hanmaru waited for the demon in the Manasan Mountains on Gangwa Island. He thought that being a decoy was very difficult. He had to sit alone in the mountains and wait for the demon of eternity, but there was no other way to protect the residential areas from destruction. Then he saw someone trying to climb into his tent and got scared. Kang Hana asked him what happened. Yoon Ji-won also asked why he was so scared. Kan Maru asked where they had come from. Kan Hana said that she thought he would be bored alone, so she decided to keep him company. They wanted to go on a hike. That's why they all came to support him. Kan Maru asked if they really did all this for him. He was pleasantly surprised by his friend's actions. Sun Woo replied that, of course, it wasn't for him. Go Docman told them to keep an eye on him because he was afraid he might get into trouble again. Kamaru thought that he had said that he could be trusted and noted that he had no intention of running away. But he was afraid of the demon of eternity. If they died, he would be the only one to feel guilty. Meanwhile, his companions were unpacking their things. Yoon Ji-won suggested making noodles. Kan Maru asked what was wrong with them. Something was coming, and all they could think about was food. Sun Woo asked if he thought it was hard for him alone, as if he was the only one going to fight. Kang Hana agreed with him. She told him not to worry because their team would be there for him. Han Maru thought she was only there because she wanted to go on a trip. Still, it was a great relief for him that he wasn't alone, so he went up to them and told them to wait for him at the ramen shop. Han Maru asked if they had all brought tents for the night. Nam Yosuk said that Officer Yoon had probably taken care of that. Yoon Ji-won replied that she hadn't. She had only brought a tent for herself and Kang Hani, and they hadn't brought any tents with them. Therefore, they all had to sleep in the tent with Kan Maru. Sun Woo said that it was very cramped and he couldn't stand it. Nam Yosuk asked him to move over. Han Maru could only think about how they would all calm down quickly and silently ask the demon of eternity to come sooner. After a while, an alarm sounded. Yu In asked what the readings were, and Go Docman replied that they couldn't be detected and that it was definitely him. Everyone realized that the demon of eternity had arrived. The demon asked if they had been waiting for him. Han Maru came out of the portal and said he had missed him. The demon asked if they had decided to take him by force again. Han Maru replied that there were not many of them today. After that, the demon asked how they were going to defeat him with such a small number when they had lost even with 100 people. Kanmaru replied that he would understand when he saw it. Then he announced that he would give him a rematch. They had to do everything exactly as planned. They only needed to incapacitate him for 5 seconds. The team leader, Kayan-san, also joined in, but he didn't like that Hanmaru was giving orders and asked who he was to give them orders, since he was just an ordinary officer. Nambul pointed out that Hanmaru was in charge of this operation. Nero added that he should just shut up and follow orders. Team leader Keisan said that after the death of the director, the operational department for combating yellow dust had turned into a mess. They said that if he didn't want to, then he didn't have to. Nero remarked that they would attack first. Nambul said that now they would see how strong he was. Kanmaru thought that everything was going perfectly. Only users with restraining abilities had been specially selected for the operation. Therefore, the level of their abilities was irrelevant. Nero and Nambul restrained the demon and told Kanmaru to start. They didn't let him move. But then the demon broke free and Kanmaru told Nambul to pull the string. Then the head of the Kayan-san team applied 20 times the normal gravity. Hanmaru asked what he was doing. Could he be planning to kill their people as well? The head of the Keisan team asked what difference it made. Didn't they need to stop the demon of eternity? Hanmaru thought he didn't have time to talk and needed to open the dark space immediately. The demon said that if gravity was working, it meant that the blow would be 20 times more powerful. After that, he struck. Hanmaru thought that the shock wave could affect residential areas. Huang Rahi said that the radius was no more than 500 meters. We must defend the barrier. The wave must not reach the foot of the mountain. Her subordinates said they had accepted the order. Yu Yung-in said to make sure that no parts of the eternal demon's body escaped. We cannot make the same mistake as last time and allow it to be reborn. The users of the sense of smell ability also accepted the order. Yu Yung-in asked Go Docman if they were now moving on to the second stage. He said that they were, but that they needed to calm Nambul down a little. Nambul fought with the demon and said that he was incredible and very strong, then asked if he wanted to fight him one-on-one. The demon attacked him, and Nambul said that he had managed to hurt him after all. Then, P-Minsik used his telepathic ability to enter his subconscious. He told Nambul that he had done a good job and managed to distract the demon. Now, he should leave him to them. The demon did not understand what was happening and asked if he was trapped in an illusion. P-Min-shik told everyone to concentrate. They only had to hold on for 5 seconds. Until Han-Maru used his ability, they must not let him escape the illusion. But the demon continued to attack them, even though he was in the illusion. P-Min-shik mentally addressed everyone. He said that they had to buy time for Han-Maru somehow, so everyone had to hold on. Time passed, and those 5 seconds seemed like an eternity to everyone. P-Min-sik sent the demon back to his memories of when he was a general. His subordinate said that the enemies had retreated. The demon said that, in that case, they must go after them. His son said that he would also go with him. Then his subordinate reported that they had captured residents and asked what he should do with them. He told them all to cut off their heads. His subordinate asked why he wanted to deal with innocent people. The demon replied that he knew that himself. It would be wonderful if they all died, because with their flesh and blood, he would gain eternity. But his subordinate struck him with a sword and said that he had completely lost his mind. The demon asked if this was a mental attack. The demon couldn't believe that they were trying to immerse him in memories of when he was still human. He wondered what they were up to. They had 4 seconds left. P-Min-shik said not to let him come to his senses. The demon noticed in his memories that their efforts were in vain. Do they really think that such a mental attack can stop him? Han-Maru said that the demon of eternity is about to wake up. Therefore, everyone must prepare for capture. The demon continued the battle in his memories. There were 3 seconds left. His subordinate grabbed his son and told him not to move or he would destroy him. Without thinking twice, the demon struck. Then he said he would leave. After that, he began to return to reality. The entire team tried with all their might to restrain him. Team leader Keisan wanted to use gravity, but noticed that the demon was attacking him on his own, having separated his own arm. Han-Maru told everyone to step back. The demon asked if that was their plan. Han-Maru hoped that the Ganghwa Island team understood him. Nam Yosok, who had the ability of zero presence, used his ability to protect everyone. In order to prevent the demon from devouring anyone after being damaged, Kang Hana activated her ability and struck him. After that, she told Khan Maru to close the space. Khan Maru closed the space and moved the demon. Everyone rejoiced that they had succeeded. Han Maru couldn't believe that he had actually done it. The owner of the sense of smell ability said that the smell of the demon of eternity had completely disappeared. P-Men-shik said that it seemed they had won. Chi-Gik-oke noted that it took a lot of energy, but then Han-Maru felt that something was wrong. The demon of eternity turned to the demon of gluttony and said that he had come for him. Han-Maru realized that he was trying to wake him up. He miscalculated and did not think that the demon of gluttony would be imprisoned, just like director Cho Il-do. Khan Maru cannot believe that they can meet. Khan Hana asked what happened and how he was. He replied that the demon of eternity was trying to awaken the demon of gluttony who was in the dark space. Then he opened a portal and said that it was time to settle the score with him. Khan Hana asked how he was going to handle it alone. Kanmaru replied that he must do something before he loses control. Kanhana said that they would go with him. Kanhana and Sun Wu also entered the portal and found themselves in a dark space. Godokman asked where the trio had gone. Sun Wu asked if this was the dark space. Kanmaru asked why they had followed him, and Sun Wu replied that he couldn't do it alone. Kang Hana asked if he had a plan, and Hanmaru replied that he would delete the space. Since he was here, there was no need to worry about the damage. Sun Wu said that they had to outrun his eternity, and if they failed, they would be doomed. Kan Hana added that the only way was to somehow immobilize him. After discussing the plan, they set off to find the Demon of Eternity. He had already found the Demon of Gluttony and was fighting him. Yu Ung-in said that there was a possibility that the Demon of Eternity would escape, so everyone needed to be on guard. Huang Rahi remarked that he would not calm down. Godokman said that he hoped the worst-case scenario would not happen. Nam Yosuk asked what could be worse than releasing the Demon of Eternity. He replied that it would be Hanmaru. If gluttony consumed him, it would be the worst thing ever. Archdemon told the Demon of Gluttony to wake up. Hanmaru, Kang Han, and Sun Wu found him just then. Sun Wu said to let him try. He attacked him and warned Kanmaru that it was time to act. Kanmaru used space removal, but the demon began to consume him. Even space removal did not work on him. Kana decided to attack him and realized that she had to aim for his head. That would help immobilize him. The demon said that they were starting to get on his nerves. Kanhana tried to attack him. The demon deflected her attack and injured Sun Wu and Hanmaru. Then he grabbed Hanmaru and said that he would die, and then the demon of gluttony would awaken. Hanmaru felt that he couldn't move and thought he was about to die, but Sun Wu used his ability and grabbed him with invisible hands. He then told Hanmaru to use space removal because it was his chance. The demon said that they were all continuing to interfere with him. In that case, he would simply take their flesh and blood. But at that moment, Kang Hana attacked him directly in the head and held the blade so that he would not wake up. She said she would restore her blade with her blood and that he should use removal before it was too late. Hanmaru realizes that if he uses the removal spell, they will both die, so he decides to use the spatial rupture. Sun Wu asked what he was doing. Hanmaru returned him to the real world. Then he grabbed Kan Hana. He tells her that they are both going back. Kang Hana does not have time to do anything and only manages to shout his name. Hanmaru continued his battle with the demon and bit his arm. Then he said he understood how to deal with him. The demon's ability to manipulate space began to disappear, and he said that he would disappear along with it, just like the dark space. The demon severed his arm, but Kanmaru began to absorb him and said that he was now also eternal, so he need not try. After all, they would die here. The demon called him foolish for sacrificing his own life to get rid of him. Kanmaru said that he had no intention of dying. If it weren't for him, everything would have been fine. The demon said that he would pay for this, then severed his own head. Then Kanmaru asked if he had forgotten that he was not the only immortal here, so if he devoured his flesh again, it would stop. But the demon began to devour him and said that he could not defeat him even with the same ability because he was only human. Kanmaru told him to stop because they would both die anyway, so why bother? The demon said that he deserved to suffer. In exchange for destroying him, he devoured everything connected to him, even his soul, so he had no future. He would be consumed by him and disappear forever. After that, the demon of gluttony woke up and attacked the demon of eternity. Kanmaru does not understand what he is doing. The demon of gluttony completely devoured the demon of eternity. Kanmaru does not understand why he did it. Then he thought that the demon wanted to help him or was going to devour him, but the dark space disappeared anyway. It's really over. Kanmaru wonders if he is protecting him or if the demon's life depends on his. But none of that matters because they are all doomed anyway. Still, he is glad that the two of them are alive, unlike him. A few minutes earlier, Kan Hana and Sun Wu returned to reality. Yoon Ji-won asked what had happened. Why did they go into the dark space in the first place? And where did Hanmaru go? Kan Hana replied that he had just kicked them out of there. She thinks he is trying to absorb the demon of eternity. Sun Woo asked if he would be trapped because of the loss of his space ability. The team realized that he wanted to go to the other world with the demon of eternity. Kan Hana said that they couldn't let him die. She has Han Maru's finger from the dark space. If he managed to obtain the ability of eternity, he will be reborn from it. Nam Yosuk asked if she really meant that it was possible, but where would she get the flesh and blood necessary for regeneration? The whole team decided to give their blood and flesh in the hope that it would help Han Maru return. They really hope so. Han Maru noticed a light and reached for it. Then he took the demon of gluttony by the hand and told him to come with him. But the demon pushed him away. He was reborn and woke up in the real world. The whole team was delighted that he was alive and back with them. Kan Maru asked how he had returned. After all, he was supposed to disappear along with the dark space. Then he noticed that each of them had sacrificed their hand. He asked if they had done all this for him. Nam Yosuk told him not to thank them and to release the yellow dust as soon as possible. Kan Maru said that he felt nauseous and thought he was about to pass out. Sun Woo told him to put something over himself before his eyes closed. He threw him some clothes and covering himself, Han Maru began to release the yellow dust so that everyone could regenerate. Yu Aung-in said that he had defeated the demon of eternity. Chi Gik-ok replied that she knew and that it had finally happened. Go Dokman hugged Han Maru and said that they should have a dinner to celebrate his death and rebirth. Chi Gik-ok said that without Director Cho Il-do, Han Maru was their organization's only hope. Yu Eung-in called the head of the Seoul headquarters on Jeju Island. Yu Eung-in picked up the phone and said that it had been a long time. They are holding an emergency meeting on the archdemons, and the heads of all regions will be present, so they will see each other soon. The head of Jeju Island said that she was looking forward to seeing them and that they would meet in Seoul. Then she thought that she would wait impatiently for the archdemons. She was curious to know how strong they would be and what awaited them after meeting them.